All righty, fellas, what is going on? We got lots of questions to get into. I'm sure you guys are very excited. I think week 2 is like the one where you feel like you're not hungover, like from the off season. The week 1 slate, you're like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Everybody's overreacting to stuff. Week 2, it's like, okay, we've settled in a little bit. We kind of understand what's going on. And now we're kind of back into the swing of things. Just from our perspective, we feel like we're back into the swing of things at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got tons of questions to get to, so we are not going to waste any time. We'll try to keep the the tangents to a minimum today.
That's for sure. That's something that last stream we weren't the greatest at.
Yeah. So Legend says, which pair should I trade for an elite quarterback? So in this question, he doesn't list any specific trades, but I'm just assuming he means like what 2-for-1 should I kind of make to try and go get an elite quarterback? And I would say that Justin Fields probably has a nice game environment today. And Justin Fields will probably be a great option for you to maybe get to set elite quarterback. And you could probably take Justin Fields plus, let's say Ricky Pearsall has a nice game where he's like the only main guy for the 49ers today. Maybe Odunze has a nice game. Maybe Harvey has a nice, usage performance. Maybe ETN does or something. I think that you could probably use Fields plus one of your other guys to go up and get, like Jaden Daniels, for example, hasn't had like a monster start to the season.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a ton of sense. I think Jaden Daniels, like you said, as well, is a really prime target right now. People saw, he scored 20 points, so I don't think people are panicking per se, but people
wouldn't be considered like an elite quarterback right now for the vast majority of players.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think for the most part, people might be worried about how the offense looked against the Packers. Now, obviously, we know contextually, the Packers might have the best defense in the NFL right now. Keyshawn Nixon especially has been stepping at that corner. Micah Parsons, of course, doing what he's doing on the edge. Now the league suddenly decides on giving him some penalty calls. Like where was this the last 4 years of his career? He had more penalty calls in that game on Thursday against the Commanders than he did, I believe, the entire 2023 season for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's tough. Also, Double Reds, if you just drop your username in the chat and we can fire your question if you didn't get your question answered before TNF. But yeah, I think to Legend's question, I think the easy answer is to just use Justin Fields, who I think will have the better game of the two quarterbacks that you have, to go up and get maybe an elite quarterback. I don't know. I doubt Allen or Jackson are going to have down weeks this week, but Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts might. So those would be the two guys that I would potentially go after. But to be honest with you, Justin Fields and Baker Mayfield is just fine if you really needed to roll with those guys going forward.
Yep, I agree with you there.
Kubicon, one thing I should say too is if you got a team review, we are not going to do team reviews on Sunday mornings just because we have way too many questions to get to. So your team review will be covered on Monday and Thursdays as well, because we go live a little bit earlier for those. But Kubicon here says Breece Hall for Tedero McMillan. Based on my rankings, it is pretty comparable. I do have Breece Hall higher, but given, mine as well. Positional need potentially, I think it would probably be within the same tier of player that you're getting.
Yeah, I'll quickly take a look where I have them as well. By the way, that team at 1, is that you? He's Con? Wow.
This is Con. Yeah, wow. So he has Kenneth Walker as his RB2, so I'm assuming he's thinking, okay, Tedero McMillan may be a little expendable right now, given that he has Downs and Olave and those guys' depth.
Or did he already make
McMillan for Breece?
He might have already made the deal because I think he was receiving Tedero McMillan.
Oh, okay.
I think he already made it.
Yeah, if you already made this deal, I probably would have held Breece given the weakness of your running back core, the strength of your wide receiver core. But if this is, maybe he just filled out the question wrong. It's a trade that's on the table for him right now. I would say that I would prefer the Breece Hall side given your team construction right now. But in a vacuum, I think it's fine. If you wanted the receiver, if you wanted the running back, it's probably same tier of player, even though I do have Breece higher.
I agree. Now I'm going to check my rest of season rankings just to kind of get an idea of where both these guys are ranked overall. Breece Hall 30th overall, Tedero McMillan 37. So I'm almost lockstep with you right there.
Yeah, no, literally. So yeah, I sent you I sent you a start set question. Actually, he sent a super chat, but I can't give vouchers for that. So Double Reds, I sent you a start set question voucher in the chat who said he didn't have his question answered in time. But yeah, I think in the vacuum there, I would lean towards the Breece Hall side. Gilbit's here. Quarterback, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix. I have Herbert higher by I think a full tier than Nix, so he would be my
I have Herbert option. 6. I have Nix at 11. And actually, I had Nix lower than this. It must have autoed on the site. So I'm going to change that right now.
Nix is at 11 for me. So
yeah, no, Nix is at 13 for me because for some reason it showed Caleb Williams and Justin Fields under him, but I know for a fact that I adjusted them higher. So I don't know. So sometimes that happens. Like you've seen that on the site a couple times, but
Yeah,
good thing we're
Jones
attentive and check them.
Yeah, Jones versus ETN, I think is very comfortably ETN. He was like 2 full tiers ahead in my running back tier list, so definitely going Travis Etienne over Aaron Jones. And then I don't think there's anything else I would change here. I think you got the rest of your best.
Who are the other flex options? Let me just take
like Diggs and Aaron Jones and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully you didn't burn your flex on Thursday on Terry, but either way, you're probably fine there. This is another question here from Josh. Marquise Brown versus Travis Hunter. I like Marquise this week, but I definitely would still prefer Hunter.
I don't mind Marquise, but I love Hunter.
Yeah, facts. We're going to get a lot of... It's funny because, obviously I would assume a lot of people who are, submitting us questions and watching this probably drafted Travis Hunter because we were so high on Travis. Yeah. So I feel like we're going to just have Travis Hunter questions all year.
Dude, I mean... weekly this week, and this is accounting like, maybe he's not, on the same page with Trevor Lawrence, because obviously we saw him get missed on that 84-yard touchdown. But I mean, even with that in mind, I have him at wide receiver 18 this week. He literally led the Jaguars in target share in his first career game, and this game environment has the highest game total of the week. I don't want to miss on the Travis Hunter explosion week.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a flawed way to rank players in weekly. I get the
let me ask you,
ranking not changing, but
where would everybody have him ranked if the stat line instead of 6 for 33 last week was 7 for 117 and a touchdown?
Because I don't disagree with you, and I have him ranked at 24, but I am being, I think, just a little bit more conservative on the fact that, to me, just like watching him play, I think he looked like he was a little bit of a rookie, kind of looked a tad rusty compared to his college tape for me, but yeah, he's still there's a giant cluster of players kind of in that tier from like 16 to like 25 that I think are all really solid wide receiver 2 type plays this week. Ron Jovi here says, I have Brock. Should I pick up Brenton Strange, drop Waddle or Samson? I would just, Brock is expected to
play. It sounds like he's going to Pete Carroll said
like he's going to play. And also I just don't want to drop those guys.
Well, you saw the source. Pete Carroll said, he's like, yeah, Brock's had a great practice and we're expecting him to play.
Yeah. And especially if you have to drop these players, like I don't want to drop these players for a second tight end. So I'm definitely just going to rely on Brock. And also, worst case scenario, you figure it out on Monday and maybe Myers available.
Only slightly relevant to the question because, of course, it was like one player mentioned in that. But you saw the report on Judkins yesterday, right? He's going to be seeing backup snaps. Dylan Sampson, fire a fucking way.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it would be flawed process not to lower him in your rankings from before because Judkins wasn't expected to play before.
Correct, but I'm saying he's going to be used sparingly was the report.
Yeah.
Like
I think he'll probably take away some carries from Jerome Ford on early downs. I think Sampson's role, especially in this game environment where they're 11.5-point underdogs, is probably the same as it was. I did move him. I think I had him running back 25 or 26 before. Judkins was announced that he was playing, and he's at 29 for me. I just moved him below Aaron Jones and Tyrone Tracy.
Probably within the tier, I would assume.
Yeah, within the tier. Like the top of the tier for me was Pacheco, and now he's basically at the bottom of the tier, just ahead of where I had Bill, who locked in on Thursday.
I mean, I didn't budge him too much because I thought the majority of his value was going to come in the receiving game anyways. And I kind of expected like, okay, Judkins might take 8 to 10 carries if he plays. But regardless, 25 through 32 is the tier I currently have.
Yeah, it's funny because this is also a decision I have in my home league. Not Jawan Johnson, but Fannin versus Andrews is a decision I have in my home league. I'm personally going with Andrews given the implied total of the Ravens. It's the same game, obviously, but the implied total of the Ravens potentially scoring 25 plus points and Andrews having the role in the offense that he does wouldn't shock me at all if, Andrews has 4 for 30 and a touchdown in this game. And Fannin, if he does it again, man, if he comes out, has like another 6 receptions or something, he's going to be in every week starter territory for sure. But given that Andrews is the better touchdown bet, I would say in this game, I would roll with him.
Yeah, I mean, touchdown equity, 28.25 implied total, I believe, is where the Ravens are currently at.
Likely again, too.
The only concern I have, and I brought it up in the Zay Flowers portion of the wide receiver rankings this week, I have Flowers at 23. It's not like I have him buried, but I am a little bit nervous that maybe the Ravens go up real quick and we see fucking 40 backfield carries.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible. I'm really worried about it as someone who plays against the big dog in the Flock League. But dude, there's 2 major things that's going to swing me and Nathan's matchup because I have Pacheco, he has Hunt. So what happens in the Chiefs backfield?
That's such a weird cuck, by the way.
I know. Maybe he's going to play Judkins now that he's playing. But
I hope so.
The other thing that could swing our matchup is that I have Lamar, Flowers, and Andrews, and he has Henry. So if the touchdowns funnel through the passing game, then I'm going to be in really good shape. But if Derrick Henry rushes 3 touchdowns, then I'm so boned because it'll also mean that Lamar didn't have a great game.
for sure.
I'm debating playing Kincaid just for the sole reason that I don't get screwed on that regard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close call, but I mean, I guess the closest call that I would have had would have been Sampson versus Warren, but realistically, I was never going to sit Sampson anyways. And now you get the report that Judkins is going to be used sparingly. Like, he's fired up, weak running back core, but guess what? I weirdly am confident that we're going to see some Sampson and Walker spike weeks this week. It almost feels like with Sampson, obviously with Judkins, with Walker, everybody's kind of out on him, and then he just
I hope we see a Walker spike week, dude. If I see Zach Charbonnet out there 50% of snaps again, I fear it may be Jover for
it might be
for Kenneth Walker.
Well, I mentioned this stat to you, but you know, in the fourth quarter, the touch count was 5-1 in Walker's favor, right?
Yeah. Well, in the first quarter was like all Charbonnet for whatever reason. So I don't know what the hell was going on there, but there was like, I saw people kind of backdating some reports that were coming out at the end of camp, and the tea leaves were there that this could potentially happen. Yeah. And I feel like an idiot for not catching that on Charbonnet potentially being a bigger part of the backfield.
So I saw it because I updated like that part of the fantasy news, you know, like that one day, like you were sick or something. And you like, I updated that part and I saw a little bit of Charbonnet buzz, but honestly, I just kept attributing it back to the fact that 25 career games with both of them, this is what's happened. And Walker just hasn't been able to be there and get those snaps. So like, we'll see what happens in week 2, because like it could literally go either direction.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is a pretty easy Brock Purdy side of this trade, right?
Oh, easily.
It's super flex, though. It's super flex. So Hurts is going to be very valuable, obviously. I just think that you're getting a starting quarterback once he's healthy, and you're getting London, which to me seems like a needle-moving move. But, I mean, Hurts is obviously worth a lot in super flex. So
that's a close call. Yeah, I think I might do this. That is a really close deal, though, in a super flex.
Yeah,
I think Drake London might be wide receiver 1.
Or something like that.
Like, I think Drake London might have a wide receiver 1 overall year. Like, I talked about it in the wide receiver rankings video, dude. Why can't he have the 2019 Michael Thomas season?
Yeah, no, he absolutely can. Let's
Did we get Tin Man, by the way? I'm sorry. We might have skimmed by him. Can we just quickly check what the question was? I'm not 100%. It's Tin Man above.
Oh, this was the Andrews versus Fannin.
Okay, perfect.
Also, he said, which one should I drop? And the answer is Juwan Johnson, which I didn't actually say. But yeah, Fannin and Andrews, if you got those two tight ends rolling forward, you can play matchups with them. Next question we have from JB Goated here. Rest of my starting lineup: Allen, Barkley, Marv Higgins, so on and so forth there. And then
consolidation move?
Yeah, consolidation move. So he'd be able to move off of sell high kind of on ETN and Pollard, who are getting great workloads for now. And I don't think Ridley's a major step down from Terry McLaurin. I think, usage wise, you could even argue that Ridley's going to have a higher target share and that kind of thing. So I think 7 Irving for this is pretty reasonable to me.
Especially in a start 7, I think you make this move, assuming you're going to be able to get depth, probably a 5-man bench. You're talking about 12 rosterable players on a weekly basis. And I mean, just quickly check the wire, like 1 second. I'm curious what actually is available in a start 7.
It's loaded in the flock league because
he probably didn't load it in. Regardless, though, I'm assuming there's good waiver options where you can supplement that third roster spot, and then when you make this a 3-for-3 Bucky, clear best player on the deal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially knowing that you're going to be able to pair Bucky and Barkley together. Like that's just that's a huge fear factor. I'm starting to really factor in like what does the fear factor of your lineup look like compared to your opponents, because when you don't have any fear factor, it feels like people don't have any worries about making start sit decisions, and then they make the correct decision often. But when they got to overthink your starting lineup because your starting lineup's got a couple fear factor players in it, it could cause them to make some stupid decisions. It's an underrated part of fantasy.
What about Joe's aura as a part of fantasy? Because holy shit, last year
that guy just throws me in there and I'd have fucking 18 PPR points.
It's insane. Nick got this for the video, but it was hilarious. But I literally I'm like, ooh, why did the dev team chose to start Romeo Dubs here? Like I would have went with the other flex option, and then Dubs scores literally a second later after I said that.
I know, right? Okay, Nico, Lad, McConkey. I mean, these guys are going to be in your lineup. Debo. It sucks that you already played Debo, because I would have played Harrison and McConkey over Debo, but Debo scored, so I mean, it's not like a big deal.
You just play Lad, and you don't worry about it.
Are you going to play him over Harrison though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, different tier for me.
Yeah, and I think JC might be on Harrison if I had to guess too. And I'd roll with Pitts over Loveland this week. I can't trust Loveland with the workload that he has right now.
I think that's perfectly reasonable. Again, if you have Loveland, do not drop him. Hold him on your bench, stash him. But like if you have, a Juwan Johnson available, even Harold Fannin based on the role we saw last week. Dallas Goedert's not playing, but Brenton Strange, guys like that. I would make the move. Also, I got to remove Goddard from my weekly ranking, so I'm going to do that right
Yeah.
now.
Here's I get why Mason would be telling people to sell Emeka Egbuka because Godwin's probably going to come back in the next couple of weeks. But why would you sell a guy who's still going to gain more value as long as Godwin is out? Like, I think the time to sell Emeka will probably be like week 3, week 4, if you choose to do that. But I can't imagine telling people to sell him after one game.
Is Ingram playing this week?
Evan
Ingram.
Yeah, it looks like it. He was he was off the injury report.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't catch that because I forgot to adjust him in my rankings.
Yeah, no, he should be back. Corey Sherrod here has Marvin Harrison and Amari and Hampton, kind of a consolidation move that he'd be going and getting Puka Nacua with. This is like a really interesting deal because you're giving up 2 really high ceiling players for a guy who's obviously a monster in Puka Nacua, but this is a lot to give up. Marion Hampton and Marvin Harrison. It's a start 7. So again, you want the hammers generally, but let me just quick double check what your team looks like because I just want to see. This is the Puka team, so he'd be giving him a running back, and then this is his team.
Think of it like this: it's Puka Nacua plus Luther Burden in exchange.
I don't think you have the running back depth to be able to do this, dude.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean,
without Eckler too, like you're going to be starting Brian Robinson every week.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Do not make that move given the running back depth that you have.
Yeah, you're not really in a position, unfortunately, to consolidate. If you had a much, more depth on your roster, then you might be able to. But
where do you have Puka rest of the season, by the way?
Puka was my 7th overall player rest of the season, and he's my wide receiver 4. So he's your 5th overall player?
Up to 5 for me. I moved him over Jefferson. I have him at 5, Jefferson at 8, and I have McCaffrey and Barkley sandwiched between them.
Yeah, I'm glad I have him in my home league for sure. Caveman Lawyer here says TH plays more defense. Travis Hunter. I mean, I don't think Travis Hunter is going to play less offense. Maybe he plays more defense, but I don't think he's playing less offense.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You don't give him more snaps on defense to cut back his share on offense, especially when you said you view him as an offense first player. If anything, that's probably just him. I mentioned this to you. It's probably just him going back to say, hey, yo, Liam, like, I had so much left in the tank after this game. Like, I think I can handle more snaps. Like what can we do? And he probably said, hey, Travis, if you can handle more snaps, guess what? We're going to open up your workload on defense. Holy fuck. I couldn't get that spit out.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird to me that everybody's so scared of Travis all the time. Like, dude, in his first game, he played all but 3 routes. Like, I'm not worried about this defensive concern is a non-issue for me now. Was it an issue for me in week 1 because I wanted to see how the usage looked? A little bit. But now it's like a complete non-issue for me.
For sure. Also, this is hilarious. We're gonna get back to the site questions in a second, but this comment was fucking hilarious when I read through it. I'd prefer Corey to answer because Danny too biased because he saw a fucking Hunter in the deal.
I mean, also McCarthy's in the deal, which you're too biased on as well. It balances out. I have Worthy and McCarthy. Dude, I would take Trevor Lawrence and Hunter in a split second over Worthy and McCarthy because Worthy, you just have to factor in like that he could take one bad hit and be out for the season. Like that has to be a factor.
Yeah.
If you're trading for Xavier Worthy right now or I'm trying to sell him in the flock league. Like me and Badake were talking about a potential deal for him, but I wouldn't like the re-injury risk. Like look at any fantasy doc on Twitter right now. They're like the re-injury risk of this type of injury is really high.
I'm curious, what type of deal? Like an RJ Harvey, Xavier Worthy type?
We were talking through a bunch of different scenarios and possibilities. He is huge Lamar Jackson pilled. So we were talking about potentially like a Burrow for Jackson and involving like Worthy for someone else kind of swap. But it was an interesting deal. It didn't actually result in anything, but there was a couple there would have been some heaters. Like if they went down, it was like 3x3 heaters. Like they weren't like small trades. Glock guy 56. Am I giving up too much running back with this trade? Running backs for Chase Brown, Hampton, Harvey. Okay, so he lists all his running backs here. Or I can just back off I can just target Lad. Okay, so he'd be giving up Hampton, Harvey. He would still have Chase Brown. I'm assuming that's Caleb Johnson and David Montgomery.
What's available on the wire? Let me just take a quick breeze. That's a reaction I always have when I see a start.
He didn't load his team in, so we can't see that. I think I'm comfortable doing this, man. I think you're getting a huge upgrade at quarterback.
in a start 7, assuming that you can acquire 2, solid flex options, like depth flex options, we're talking like maybe the wide receiver 47 rest of the season.
Yeah, like it's Josh Downs on the waiver wire or something like that, or
in a start
Jawan
7
Jennings or something like that on the waiver wire.
In a start 7, if you trust yourself to patch your depth, I think you have to make this deal by principle.
Yeah, because I think McConkey is a pretty large upgrade over Smitty, as much as I love both of them. And yeah, Hampton and Jackson's essentially a wash for me there. Like, yeah, it would suck losing Harvey, but in a start 7, Lamar is so valuable, man. You cannot replace Lamar Jackson.
Dude, he might be like a 27, 28 point per game scorer this year.
I can argue that in a start 7 league, if we redrafted today, he's a top 15 pick. Like in a start 7 or a 10 team or something like that, like it's so hard to replace Lamar Jackson's production. It's so hard.
Yeah, no, I can see it, bro. I see the vision.
Anyways, let's keep going here. We got plenty of questions to get through. Our Colette 12 here says, I was offered Lad for Nico. Would that or a proposal with Harvey and Hunter be better for my team? Okay, so I was offered Lad for Nico. I mean, Nico. I would prefer Nico still.
I would too.
Would that or a proposal? Yeah, I mean, Harvey and Hunter for Nico, I'm definitely not doing that. I would, if I was going to do one of them, it would be Lad for Nico, but I would prefer Nico.
Yeah.
But Harvey and Hunter, definitely not enough to move the needle. Yeah, just hold tight on Collins, man. I can tell you guys as a Bucs fan, we are going to have problems with him on Monday. We are going to have big problems with him.
Dylan, what are you talking about? I've said the whole time that Jordan Tyson's wide receiver 1 in 2026.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, Dylan. He was number 1 in the
like what?
He was he was number 1 in the prospect model as well. Like
I have a share of him literally right now.
I think what he's maybe referring to is I was like, hey man, if Nick Anderson hits his ceiling, he could be wide receiver 1 in the class.
Oh, you did a preview. Okay.
Yeah, if fucking South Carolina receiver, his name split, Nick Harbor hits the ceiling, he could be the wide receiver 1. It's like, yeah, he could, because they're freak shows. But like Jordan Tyson, very clearly the favorite to be wide receiver 1 right now.
So he was talking about you. I just got targeted.
Yeah, he was talking about me. I said if they hit their ceiling, like the way that going into his junior year, Malik Neighbors, I said if this dude hits his ceiling, he could be the wide receiver 1 in that class or the wide receiver 2 in that class. And that's exactly what happened, because he was the wide receiver 2 behind Harrison for a lot of people.
Fire up Dylan Sampson, baby.
Yeah. So I guess this is Alligator, or I don't know how to say this name. I kind of love how much usage Fannin got. I mean,
wait. Did you say alligator?
I don't know.
Elixir.
Elixir? I don't fucking know, dude. You Gen Z people and your X's instead of vowels.
An alligator.
Whatever. Josh Downs, Harold Fannin as the option here. He said, I love the usage that Harold Fannin got. I mean, a lot of people probably do. Would you start Fannin over Downs if you were faced with this decision?
No tight end premium. Ooh, I mean, Mooney's pretty interesting too. You got to take it off the injury report.
I don't know, dude. I don't really want to trust him he hasn't been on a football field in like a month and a half.
Well, I would go with Mooney over Downs, but if you want to go Fannin over both, I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah, I don't mind going Fannin over both, to be honest with you. Like, I actually really liked Downs has a great matchup this week because Surtain's going to be on Pittman. It's still tough to get things done against the Denver Broncos defense in general, especially over the middle of the field. You know, you got Nick Benito and shit over the middle of the field to worry about. But if you want to go Fannin, given the game script, they're like almost 2 touchdown underdogs. They're probably going to be throwing the ball like crazy. So I'm cool going Fannin, although Downs would be really, really close for me there. Chaz here has a trade question, worried about running back depth, but like having 3 top 20 plays. Okay, so he'd be giving up RJ Harvey and Mike Evans in exchange for Amon-Ra. Dude, I think this is a great move. I would go get St. Brown for this.
That's close. I'm a little bit more concerned than you about Amon-Ra.
I mean, that's always been the case on this channel.
But they threw the ball 39 times, and we saw Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs out target him. With that being said, in the context of this deal, I would still take Amon-Ra, but where do I have him rest of the season? I moved him down even a little bit. I have him at 18th overall. I would take Bucky Irving over him straight up.
Over St. Brown?
Amon-Ra.
I don't think that's an outrageous claim by any means.
Like I have 13 through 18 within a tier. So 9 through 12 is a tier. Nico, Derrick Henry, Malik Neighbors, Drake London is my 9 through 12. 13 through 18 is also a tier. I have Lad McConkey straight up over Amon-Ra rest of the season. I would have in that tier BTJ.
I can't get there, but I don't think it's outrageous.
BTJ 13, Genty 14, McConkey 15, Chase Brown 16, Bucky 17, and I got a Monra at 18. I also have HN down to 20 because I mean Miami might be a dumpster.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that fucking team. I called them a floating trash bag in in the matchup set video. People liked that. Here's the other thing though, but like Mike Evans is probably got to move down a little bit with Godwin coming back soon too. Yeah. So like that's why I'm comfortable making this consolidation move. And I agree with Chaz. Is like, dude, if you have 3 top 20 players, like in terms of he means overall.
Talk about fear factor.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm assuming, like I don't know who exactly he has in the rest of his starting lineup, but like if I look at his team here, maybe he already made this trade, unless this is not his team. Okay, so he'd have London Henry and St. Brown. Yeah, I honestly, dude, start 7. I know it's a 14-team league, but it's a start 7, and you don't really have any tight ends right now, but that's kind of a separate issue. Yeah, I like getting St. Brown on your team, to be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Zvarn 7. Getting McConkey for Igbuka and Mason. I'm doing this. As much as I love Igbuka, oh, yeah. I'm doing this for sure.
Yeah, I mean Mason's just isn't a big enough needle mover in a 10-team start 8 to not consolidate here.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait for the Lad McConkey price
to skyrocket.
After this week, and people to go, oh, maybe we should have, our major takeaway should have just been how good Justin Herbert was in week 1, not that Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston got all the scoring plays.
You're saying you can't wait for the Lad McConkey 30 burger and the Mason title. Everything has changed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, dude. I was trying to make moves with McConkey throughout the week. And not that I like wanted to trade him, but I was like, hey, let's see what we can do with him. And people like pretended he was garbage in my trade. I'm like, how are you guys seriously not in on Lad McConkey after watching what Justin Herbert just did?
Like in the Flock League?
Yeah. Like, I mean, people were like, I don't really view Lad McConkey. Like Mason was like, I would need Lad McConkey to move ETN. I'm like, are you high?
Yeah, he might be. All jokes aside, though,
that's outrageous, man.
It was similar because A, of course, I picked up Caleb already. B, Dak Prescott's available on the wire right now in the Flock League, and it makes me sick because obviously I mean, no, but like I know that's rage. I know that's rage bait. That's fine. But I'm like, if he's just gonna sit on the wire, like I was trying to see like,
why don't you just drop Caleb and pick him up?
I mean, Caleb's like an upside play. That's kind of part of it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to have a back
Jaden Daniels, dude. What you should be doing is trying to trade Jaden Daniels.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. And that's also part of why I have Caleb on the roster right now. It's because if I have Caleb plus Dak, that's like a way to approach the upside plus the floor. I've been trying to see like, okay, who wants to buy in on Jaden Daniels? Who needs a
Zach is your best bet there because he's a Commanders fan and he doesn't have an elite quarterback.
So I messaged him. I said, hey, listen, it's probably not this week. You probably still are convicted with your takes on Bo Nix, but if that would ever change, I know you're a Washington fan. Jaden Daniels could be made available if you want to make that upgrade. And then he's like, okay, I'll let you know right now. I'm still Bo Nix pilled. And I said, perfectly fine. I think that makes sense. But if you decide in the next few weeks, that's no longer the case, you know who to hit up. I basically just told him that straight up. I know Thomas, it's been tough. I was trying to like work on a package of like Henderson and a small piece for Daniels, but like he also took Henderson above Daniels. So that probably isn't going to work out. Sammy's convicted right now on Justin Fields, but maybe if Justin Fields has a down game, I could potentially get him to.
Yeah,
to
right now, quarterback is so plentiful because there's been no injuries and everybody feels good through one game. Like, because if it was just one game and you had a bad week from like a Bo Nix, for example, you're like, it's just one game. I don't really put too much stock into it. And then if you get a good game like Sammy did out of Justin Fields, then you're like, okay, I'm being proven right on this take or whatever. And then there's also like me and Badake and Mason and stuff. Like we already have elite quarterbacks, so we have absolutely no reason to trade for Jaden Daniels.
And it makes me sick knowing that Dak Prescott's probably going to score 30 points this week and somebody's just going to pick him up again.
Yeah, I mean, I would never roster that guy in my life after last year. Playoff spot.
Dude, actually, I hope you don't end up rostering him because maybe he'll fucking pop another hammy if you do.
Yeah, literally. I had him on my team for 1 week and he popped his hammy off.
After I dropped him for the bye and you scooped him before me back.
Yeah. Odunze, DJ Moore, and Trevion Henderson as the decision here. I want Trevion this week, man.
I did. So it's close between him and Moore, him and Odunze in my rankings because I have Odunze aggressively ranked, as you know. We don't have to talk about it. He's at 20. Spoiler alert. But Trevion Henderson, I moved up to 17 after the report that the distribution is going to go closer to his way. I actually talked about it in the pick'em. So last week, 35% of the snaps, 11 touches. and he scored, I think, 11.1 PPR points. If he's getting 55, 60+% of the snaps, if you haven't already bought Trevion Henderson, go buy him.
I tried in my home league. Amir has him, and Amir's not like a usage bro. Like he kind of just drafts off of vibes. So I figured he wouldn't know that the usage is about to correct itself. But he also is I need a running back bro. When you try and trade for him, and I only have Kenneth Walker and Amari Hampton. Neither of like that. I mean, I offered him Walker straight for Henderson. He didn't want to do it because he didn't see the usage in week 1. And he's like, if you didn't trade Warren, because if you recall, I traded Warren to Dylan in the Hampton deal. He's like, I would have maybe been able to do something. I'm like, dude, if I still had Jalen Warren, I was able to do Jalen Warren plus for Trevion Henderson. I actually kind of hate myself for that now. But
the other issue, by the way, in my two other redrafts, because obviously FSC Listener League, I have Trevion Henderson. I drafted him. Flock League, Trevion Henderson to Thomas. He's tough to get trades done with.
Yeah, he's difficult. I tried to get Breece all from him for weeks leading up to the season.
We had a fair trade at the meetup, and he told me to my face it was a fair trade, and I'm like, okay, so are we doing it? And he's like, nah, I gotta think of it overnight. And I'm like, okay, well, like that. I told him
he's not as impulsive as we are. He's a lot more calculated with his trades. I think he's probably the type of person that he would need to feel like he's winning a trade to even make one.
But I told him, I'm like, full transparency, this might not be available tomorrow because I'm gonna get I'm gonna try to get some trades done at this meetup, and obviously you guys saw what ended up happening at the meetup. So that probably not gonna get Trevion Henderson unless maybe he changes his mind and Kyler Murray has a stinker of a week. The other league, Marco has him. You think I'm gonna get Trevion Henderson off of Marco?
No, is he a Patriots fan?
No, but like he watches our content. He's sharp, and he picked Trevion Henderson like 2 picks before me in the draft in the 4th round, and he said he was considering him at 3-7 if Amari Hampton didn't fall.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we got more questions here. Bitter Hornet, Emeka Egbuka for Travis Etienne straight. I think that it's probably fine to go buy Travis for this personally, as much as I love Egbuka.
I gotta check my rankings here because these are both your guys, so it must be tough as well.
Yeah, I have Egbuka aggressively ranked for me, so they're both 4th round redraft picks, basically. So we redrafted today.
I also have Egbuka 44, but I have Travis at 47 simply because I have Walker and Kyron still above him. Wait, do I? I'll move him above Walker probably, but here, let me actually make that adjustment. Until we see the usage from Walker, I will make that adjustment. So now where does he go in my overalls? You ever look at something, you realize, oh, that doesn't actually look right. I got to change it.
Yeah, all the time.
He's up to 42, so I don't mind making this move.
Yeah, again, looking quickly at Bitter Hornets team, if I can find it. Okay, he didn't load his team in. Yeah, if you needed a running back in the worst way possible, I think that this is a decent buy on ETN. I could see people going maybe you don't want to buy in on a guy who was not really thought of highly coming into the season, but I'm fine doing it with ETN.
Jawan Jennings active.
Okay. Yeah, he has multiple trade offers listed here. Bitter Hornet submitted, I think, a couple of questions. So I'm assuming he's just kind of feeling out some trade offers here.
I would take Jones and then Emeka.
Yeah, if you have to give up Jones and Egbuka, I would definitely take the Jones side. But if you can do it for Egbuka straight, I think that's fine. I'm just going to see if these other questions are related quickly. Okay, so these are all related. So I'm just going to answer them all in a row here. Jones and Sutton for ETN. Again, I'm fine with ETN at that price. I would rather do this than Egbuka straight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would as well. I have Sutton lower than you do as well.
And then this is just a start sit. And then is this trade? This trade's also, yeah, dude, this one's the best.
That's the best one.
This is the best one. If you can do this one, this is the best option that you have here. If you want to go get Travis, I think giving up Egbuka is not something I would really want to do. But going back up here, we got Bailey.
Give me 2 early to mid seconds for Keon right now. I think this is a great price to
yeah, this is a great sell high on Keon. Because I think even if Keon does continue doing what he's doing, he's probably only worth a mid to late one, right? How hard does he really burn you?
100%. I mean, he was worth a mid to late second. Was he even do you, in all honesty, did you ever see him move for 2nd round capital this offseason?
I got him as a throw in on a Jerry Jeudy deal. Someone gave me a 3rd and Keon for Jerry Jeudy in the earlier in the offseason.
So I get that his price will rise. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, is it going to rise to the point where he at least doubled his price? I think this is a perfect cash out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, agreed, Arthur. I think better and best ball is a perfect way to describe Keon. Dylan in the chat, I believe he's here. He said Harold Fannin or Colston Love. This is Fannin, not even close. Where do you have Fannin in your rankings this week? Because we can maybe answer some questions for some people in the chat, because I'm sure Fannin's a popular start sit type of guy right now.
So I have Fannin. Also, I got to move Brock Bowers back up. I had him out of my rankings with the
Yeah, I have him at
news.
3. I never took him out because I thought there was a chance he would play.
I moved him to 2. I feel great about the fact that I had Tucker Kraft as my tight end 5 coming into the week. It wasn't high enough.
Yeah, I had him at 7, so could have had him higher.
So I have Fannin. I'm going to take him over Engram, Kincaid, and Strange, but I'll take Hunter Henry over him. So a 13 is where I ended up.
Do you have him over Njoku?
I have Njoku at 9.
Okay, I have him over Njoku.
I don't have that. I mean, Njoku still played 87% of the snaps. Like, I just think targets are going to be more evenly distributed moving forward.
I guess, but like the way he's used, or at least the way he was used in that first game, kind of almost gears him towards maybe being a higher volume target. Because even if Njoku's playing more snaps, I think Fannin's running. Like, actually, curious. I'm gonna check the route distribution between.
No, they ran a shit ton of 12 personnel. That was the thing. Because I mean,
he played as a slot receiver, I think, in 3 wide sets, basically.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Because their slot coming into the year was fucking Jamari Thrash. Like, that's Fannin in the slot always made a ton of sense, right? I just think honestly, Njoku as an inline tight end also has a ton of upside given the snap share he had. Because what was I mean, you haven't pulled up right now,
run
right?
10 less routes than Njoku. I thought the routes might have been even a little bit closer than that. Maybe I'll move him below Njoku, but I'm going to rank them back to back. Like, I have them 11 and 12 respectively.
They're 9 and 13 for me. So like I'm not quite there, but I see the vision.
But if anybody's wondering, because I'm sure there's people in the chat wondering, I have Fannin over Pitts, over Strange, over Hunter Henry, over Juwan Johnson, over Zach Ertz, over Evan Ingram, over Colson Loveland, over Cade Otton, over those type of guys. But I still would start. I have Kincaid like 1 spot ahead of the Browns tight ends because I love the game environment there. I have Jake Ferguson 2 spots ahead. I have Mark Andrews 3 spots ahead because I still like it without Isaiah Likely and the amount of points that they could put up in that game. And then the usual guys, Kraft locked in, TJ Hawkinson, Travis Kelce.
Real talk. Let me pose you this question. How high is too high to rank Tucker Kraft rest of the season? I legitimately think we're looking at an elite tight end. Depending on what Warren does today, I'd be curious to see who's ranked higher by most people rest of the season. Because I think you could argue that both of them have a case. Like if Tyler Warren goes out there, has like another 7 or 8 targets or something, you can make the argument that he's tight end 4 rest of the season, or tight end 3, sorry, because Kittle, you got to move down the board because of the injury. So I have them both ranked ranked above Kittle. I have Tucker Kraft as my tight end 3 rest of the season, Warren at 4. Yeah, I would lean towards Warren depending on what happens today, personally. It's just, dude, with the Jaden Reed injury as well, man. Like, I'd also like to see what Laporta does too, because he's definitely in that conversation. Laporta's definitely in the combo too. Like, he had 9 targets in week 1. Yeah, it's another good matchup for him too, because the Bears are pretty weak against tight ends. Yeah, no, for sure. There's just like a jumbo second tier right now. We said like the mid tier of tight ends kind of vanished, but like we got like 3 or 4 guys actually so fucking back, to be honest. They're so fucking back. They're different guys than we thought they were going to be, but I think Andrews gets back off the schneid today. I think Kelce will probably have another decent game. I think that Ferguson might become a functional option, and Fannin, if he continues to rise, will absolutely ready for Loveland to join them every week starter. What's up? You ready for Loveland to join them? Yeah, by November when he's running a full allotment of routes. We'll see. I mean, by the way, so man, this was my worry with Loveland. I cooled on it because in camp they said that he was running with the ones most of the time, but I fear that we're going to get a split route share between these 2 guys for a while. I think this is going to be a moot point come week 3, week 4. I'll tell you, honestly, you were right and I was wrong if that happens, but I fear that by Thanksgiving we start to see the routes correct themselves, to be honest with you. We'll see what they end up doing, but yeah, no, that's my thought. It's one here. Game. It's one game. Icona, Fields, and Wilson for Knicks and Collins. I mean, we basically talked about this in the trade targets video that you could probably go from Wilson to Collins straight based on the usage in that first game. Yeah, and I mean, and you get a quarterback upgrade. Sure, how'd you finagle this guy out of that? As crazy as it sounds, though, like I know you're going to be really mad at this, it wouldn't shock me if Wilson and Collins are closer than we were thinking initially. I'm not saying that Collins wouldn't still be ahead, but it wouldn't shock me if the more of those Texans can't throw the ball because the offensive line games are happening and Wilson and Fields just continue playing well together. Question, though. What about the games when Fields can't throw the football? Well, we'll see when those come, because if Fields looked good enough against the Steelers defense, I mean, who's to say he doesn't look good enough to throw the ball weekly? Dude, I just feel like we're going to have the week 1 storyline. Do you guys remember when the Steelers Jets shot out for 34-32? Yeah, you remember when Justin Fields, who's like been benched for Tyrod Taylor in week 11, was like looking like a league winner and after week 1? What you know about the New York 49ers?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. You know what? The Lions shouldn't have let Tanner Engstrom leave the building. Tweets I saw last week.
Oh God, bro.
Jaden Daniels obviously was in your starting lineup. I would assume wide receiver wise, you're going to be starting London for sure. Higgins for sure.
I'm taking Sutton out for Igbuka.
Yeah, I also am taking Sutton out for Igbuka. I do have them in the same tier, but I would prefer Igbuka this week given the matchup for Stingley on the outside versus Evans there.
Dylan, you didn't get the reference? Oh,
What
Dylan,
reference?
you probably weren't born when I made the reference of the New Orleans 49ers. My bad.
Yeah, it was last year, but but yeah, no, Danny's referring to the fact that he called the Saints the New Orleans 49ers last year, which was hilarious because they were a fucking certified
train wreck
fire a week later.
An absolute shit stain fucking team.
Hold up. Okay, Danny, send Bitter Hornet a start set voucher and a trade question voucher because he submitted like at least 6 or 7 questions for us. So shout out to you, Bitter Hornet, with all these trade questions that you submitted. Similar lines of his other one, he's basically asking, I guess, should I trade for Kamara instead of ETN? Of the two, I would definitely prefer ETN. But if this gets you Kamara and this doesn't get you ETN, then I'm fine making this move, if that makes any sense. Because I'm totally cool going after Kamara for this price tag, but I would rather get ETN with this price tag as you submitted in the previous trade question.
Sure.
Tootin and Sutton for Kamara. I don't think I would pay that. I would prefer the Tootin and Sutton side. You can see I have Sutton and Kamara pretty closely ranked there.
Yeah, give me a free Tootin.
And then, definitely wouldn't do this because I actually have Igbuka straight over Kamara. So, I would hold that. It's just Kev here paying for 3 creator gurus' opinions. Don't fumble. Okay, so it looks like he's paying for Domain and Masons probably, or Land and Masons or something.
10 team start 8. Do I even have to? Here, give me a second.
You got Collins in this side of the deal too, brother.
Give me a second though.
Don't put the jersey on. No one cares. Danny's doing a no one asked live for everyone right now. Also, we need to get the GoFundMe link going so that this guy doesn't have to watch the main slate on tvpass.org. If anybody saw that in the Flock League vlog this week. I'll give my opinion on this before Danny comes in and just pukes some bias up all over this one. Nico Collins to CeeDee Lamb is not a major jump for me. So given that you're getting, it's not like you're getting consequential assets though. Like if you're getting only one more player on top of Collins for Bill and for CeeDee Lamb, like if you're getting like Travis Hunter and Nico for Bill and CeeDee Lamb, I would rather do that. But I don't know. If you need the quarterback help, or if you don't need let me look at your roster really quick. So this guy, okay. So you don't have a quarterback right now. I guess you could just pick up Drake May or something. I think I would hold your side, man. Like as much as getting CeeDee Lamb is great, like your RB2 is going to be Bill after this, after you get rid of Swift. And Lamb.
What's the difference between Bill and Swift?
I think there's a pretty decent sized difference between the two of them. Are you about to go get a Bill jersey? Oh God. What are you doing now?
Sorry, my door was open. In all seriousness though, with no Eckler, what's the difference between Bill and Swift?
Okay. That part of the trade, you want to say that's fine, but he doesn't have a quarterback if he makes this trade. He won't. He has Herbert right now. If he trades Herbert, Swift, Collins, and Njoku, like trading Njoku is whatever because you have Kincaid.
Pick up May.
I guess. I just think Herbert has a chance to be an every week
It's
starter.
a 10-team league, man. Like I'm making this. I'm picking up Kraft and freaking May, and I'm going to the promised land.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I think it's close. I like Herbert. I think he's a great option. There.
I like Herbert as well.
Oh, Kraft is on waivers. Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah,
that's insane.
Go drop the whole fucking budget.
Yeah, I'll load the clip for Kraft if he's available. Yeah.
Wait, Corey, are you sure though? Like those are your guys.
Who?
Daniel Jones and Lamar.
Yeah, Daniel Jones and Lamar are my guys for sure. James Cook here, definitely. These are pretty straightforward, London, so I'm not even consulting you. Drake London,
Adams,
McMillan. Yeah, definitely get QJ out of the flex. I would 100% start Olave over QJ.
Not over Adams. Oh, over QJ, yes.
Over QJ, I'm saying. I would definitely start him. And then I'm going Kelsey over Hunter Henry for sure.
Go down, though. So let me see who else was.
Pollard.
You going Pollard over Olave or Olave over Pollard?
I like the game environment of that Saints 49ers because I think that the 49ers kind of shown that they're pretty weak to like possession receivers with JSN last week. And I think that Olave could have a similar type of game. It's not a bad discussion. I'm scared shitless of Jared Verse in the Rams front. I don't really want to fuck with Pollard this week, even despite the workload.
Dude, that's totally reasonable. I think that's a fair point. That's the difference between like, where do I have Pollard in my rankings? Like RB 23 probably versus wide receiver 33. Like RB 23 versus 33.
I did mention on the matchups that matter that I think the Saints might win that game.
Dude, real talk.
At home, they're 3 point. I would take the 3 points. The spread that they have.
Real talk. I think the Niners are going to win, but Dylan, if you can't admit that that's a trap game, I don't know what to say.
It's a trap game, dude. Saints at home getting 3 points. I would take the Saints +3. I'm not saying I necessarily think they're going to win the game, but if I was betting the spread, I would take them +3.
Yeah.
This is a full PPR league leaning Jameson.
New Mexico got paid 1.2 million to beat UCLA. What?
That's crazy. Jameson Williams versus Walker and Odunze. Do you have a lean here?
Jameson Odunze very comfortably for me.
Really, eh?
Dude, fourth highest game total of the week in that Lions versus Bears game, and a 25% target share in week 1.
I mean, you're right, but JMO's in the same game, and he has the higher implied total. So that's why I would go with JMO.
That's fair. Jameson Williams is more volatile. I honestly just think Rome Odunze, like he's a safer floor player, and I think given the context of what he represents in that offense, has a high ceiling as well. Also, it's not a red solo cup, but I appreciate that, Tom.
That would have been funny if it was a red solo cup. Okay, well, I mean, I'm assuming you have they're back-to-back in my rankings. I'm assuming you have a larger discrepancy between the two of them. For what it's worth, though, I would actually play Jameson Williams over Jacoby Myers in your other flex spot.
Yeah, so get both in the lineup.
Yeah, a little mini game stack there. As much as Myers has a great target share, I think this is the type of... You can almost sense a Jameson Williams game coming, in my opinion, and I think this might be a Jameson Williams game.
I actually said that in the wide receiver episode. I have Jameson Williams at 29 and Dunze at 20.
Yeah, they're 20. They're at 29 and 30 for me. So I have them both like back to back, but they're both really solid plays for me there. Rabbit 1986 here, half PPR, 1 point bonus for rushing first downs. The league favors rushers, so I'd take the chance with Danny Dimes. I mean, I guess it factors in for QBs as well, but I would still probably play Dak. I don't want to mess with the Broncos defense if I don't have to.
Prescott don't lose against the Giants. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I feel like, for what it's worth, though, every time you guys have played the Giants, it's been like 3 defensive touchdowns, not Prescott doing the damage.
That was specifically week 1 in 2023. We scored a couple defensive touchdowns. Tony Pollard knocked in a couple 1-yarders, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, Dak had a bad game statistically because he was like 13 for 21, like 150 yards and no touchdowns." Yeah. And then everybody's like, "Oh, look, the Giants had his number the last time they played." And then the second time we played him that year, he had like 450 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he did cook them the second time. Okay, yeah, I'm going T-Mac over Igbuka there, but I think Igbuka's probably going to slide into the flex here. Yeah, I like Javonte. I like Dylan Sampson this week, but I'm playing Igbuka there.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, and are you going? Yeah, you got to go Jawan over Loveland, I think.
I was watching some clips of the fucking Clayton Adams run scheme in week 1 against the Eagles. Holy shit, it brought a tear to my eye. We actually have a good run game, man. Like our scheme looked fucking awesome.
So
like
what you're saying is that my Miles Sanders 18th round best ball picks are safe?
Well, you know that like 50-yard run he had?
Yeah.
I watched the game. It literally looked like he was running in slow motion, but the hole was that big that nobody touched him until he was like 20 yards down the field.
All I'm saying, dude, is Javonte has not been the poster child of health. And I think that Miles Sanders may be an underrated handcuff.
I think Jaden Blue plays this week, but in all honesty, like on that play specifically, Tyler Smith had a fucking awesome block. There was one, no, Steve, I get that, but even still, you guys have a great front. Not any teams, even a Jalen Carter list Eagles line. Not all the teams have an Eagles defensive line without him.
Yeah,
like
that's a fair
Jordan
point.
Davis,
probably edges, like one of the best 5 defensive linemen in the league.
No doubt, but that play specifically. So I believe it was a wide zone to the left. Terrence Steele, especially, this was taught. This is what I noticed, by the way. They taught him this in the scheme, but instead of going up, you know how like on a simple stretch run opposite side when you're the right tackle, you'll see them climb onto the linebacker.
Yeah.
He climbed all the way to the opposite side safety and sealed him.
Illegal man downfield?
I mean, not on a run play.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
But like it was like a crazy reach block. I think I sent it into our group chat, but like it was a crazy reach block on I think Blankenship.
Yeah. Colorado's in the chat here saying, can we get some underdog picks? Do you want to load yours into the back?
Yeah.
I have mine for Sunday Night Football, and I'm going to be dropping a TikTok shortly after kickoff, but Danny has some for the main slate. So if you want to load yours in. Also, one thing I would like to do once we get through these questions, because we still have about like 25-ish so that we have to get through. I want to see if we can build out like a long shot touchdown 3-legger. If anybody wants to tail it, we'll be like, okay, who's scoring today, but not like the obvious names. Let's see if we can get a Fannin touchdown and like a Jawan Johnson touchdown. You know what I mean? Like some long shot guys, and see if we can get a nice little big hit if we end up hitting it.
Yeah, Joseph, I'm more so talking about in the near future. I think Blue's going to work in. Maybe probably not this week, obviously with the inactive, but I just think sooner rather than later they're going to notice that we need more juice. We will continue. I mean, do you have your picks, or should I put mine up?
You can put yours in first. Let's get through more questions, then we'll go through them after. Let's go through them in like 15 minutes or so.
Looks like you guys got a little sneak peek.
Yeah, you got a little sneak peek there. Okay, Bitter Hornet's got some more questions for us. Shout out, dude. You submitted a shit ton of
questions.
Appreciate
you, brother.
Emeka Egbuka, Sutton, Ricky, Drake's got to be London, in your lineup, as is T. Higgins. I think he already asked something very similar to this.
Very similar. I don't know if it's a different leagues or same league or something, but
it looks like the same team to me.
Yeah. This one's different. Jay Daniels.
Yeah.
He's got Mooney in the lineup, though, so take that into consideration.
Okay, yeah, Mooney's in the lineup. I mean, doesn't have a lot of great options here. Yeah, I'm probably
got to go Jawan
there.
I think you got to go Jawan for sure. I am curious what's on the waiver wire at flex, though, knowing that this is a start 7.
Yeah, I mean, you should have better options than that, I would assume, on the waiver wire. Got an even matchup. Need help picking a flex spot. Okay, so Amari and Hampton Harrison are probably the two that you're deciding between. We may give Egbuka too.
I think we get the coming out party for Hampton this week. He's my RB12 in my rankings.
I don't have him that high. I'm a little bit more pessimistic than you are. Oh, man, I'd find it hard to set Harrison here, to be honest with you. I think I would go Harrison.
So where do you have them respectively at running back and wide receiver? Let's even it out.
At running back, I know I have Hampton at 17, but let me look at where I have Harrison at wide receiver. At wide receiver, Harrison is my wide receiver 13 this week.
Okay, so that's 15 and 13 for Harrison, 12 and 17 for Hampton. So yeah, it looks like 13 and 15 would be an average
PPR too.
13 and 15 would be an average of what? 14. 13 and 15 would be 14, and then 12 and 17 would be 14 and a half. Okay.
Yeah, we'll roll with Harrison there. This is a heater that Collins got on the table here. So redraft 1 quarterback, 12 teams, start 8. So let's start canceling some stuff out. Obviously, Lamb a little bit higher than Jefferson, but generally they cancel out. BTJ, JT. Okay. Let me just keep.
Let me actually take a look.
I think I gotta lean towards the Lamar side of this one. Looking at it,
yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I initially put up the jersey, but let me see.
I don't know because you're getting JT over.
So JT
at running back.
Think of this. So JT and Lamb versus Jefferson and BTJ. Like I think I would still lean the Lamb and JT side there, but what would like even that out?
If we
let's say Jefferson, BTJ, and Chubb.
Like if it was Lamb and Harrison versus BTJ and Jeff, let's just say that's about even.
And throw Chubb on there just for ease sake.
Yeah,
because like he's probably like I would prefer Lamb and Taylor. You throw Chubb in, maybe it like evens out a little bit there.
And then the Lamar, let's Lamar, Warren for Baker, JT, and Hawkinson. Then
Baker, Marvin, Hawkinson. Which if that's the case, I think I'm leaning the right side here. This is a very even deal, and this is a swap of half your teams.
Yeah, I think that the gap between Lamar and Baker is smaller than the gap between Chubb and Taylor, which makes me and like Hawkinson, Warren, there's a gap, but it's not big. Harrison, Thomas, there's a gap, but it's not big. Lamb's over Jefferson, which makes up some of that. So I would say I'd lean towards the Baker side slightly, but
that's as even of a package as you can get.
It is a very close deal. I mean, you guys are swapping entire teams there, so
and we're used to it. Don't worry.
Yeah, Jay Moose starts at question here. So flex decision between Egbuka, Hunter, Evans, Walker, Jameson Williams, and Debo, who obviously wasn't in the lineup. Collins and Nakua are already in there. ETN and Chase Brown are already in there. So you feel good about those. I probably lean towards Egbuka with one of these. And then
Egbuka and Hunter, let's sign
yeah, I'd say probably Hunter would be the second. Even
how
though
about this?
I technically have Evans above Hunter. That would be my only thing.
So I do this. How about this? You pick whichever Bucks wide receiver you want in the question.
I had to pick one to outscore the other. I have Egbuka higher.
And then I'll go Hunter with my pick of the flex.
Yeah, that's probably what I would look to do there. Jay Moose again here says probably get Drake, Chase Brown for Achane, London.
Who's 13 night?
I don't know what that means.
What's 13 night?
I don't know.
Possibly wait. Possibly get Drake and Chase Brown for Achane, Ladd, and whoever.
Maybe he's talking about Fab. I don't know.
13 Fab. Okay, so London and Brown for Achane and Ladd. You take Drake, London, and Brown easily there. Whatever that 13 night is.
Drake, London, and Chase Brown for sure. I think Achane and Chase Brown. First of all, I moved Chase Brown ahead of Achane, so I prefer him, and I would prefer Drake to Ladd. So that was pretty easy.
Same.
But if you can make that trade, and I don't know what this last part of this deal is, if it's just Fab or something like that, I'm fine doing it. I don't know what 9 out of 13 night is. And maybe it's another person on the deal. I have no idea. In the lineup, though, you go Devon Achane this week, and you go with Ladd this week. And then in your flex, it's going to be between Hunter, Smith, and Walker, most likely. I do have Smith a little bit higher than Hunter this week because I love the matchup with AJ on Trent McDuffie. I think it's still 47-point over-under game. I think this is a Devontae Smith week if I've ever seen one.
It might very well be, but I can tell you right now, I have Devontae Smith and Travis Hunter further apart than you do.
Probably. I mean, they're one spot apart for me.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll roll with Hunter there. Like I said, I probably would have gone Smitty, but that's totally chill because we go on averages over here. Macho. This is a meme question that he sent in, but
I don't know. I don't know if I do it straight up, but like if you threw in $15 in Fab, I might think about it. Wait, so you think it's easily Pollard?
Yeah, I still think that. Even this is post Eckler injury that I have Ja'Cory Krosky merit ranked this way. I just think Pollard is by far the better option.
I have Ja'Cory ranked straight up higher.
I do not. I think that it's a pipe dream to get a 90% snap share from Bill.
Give me the ascending rookie running back and the actually good offense than the one that's going to lose workload down the stretch in a shitty offense. As soon as Tajay comes back, you're not getting 90% Tony Pollard.
But like, man, I don't want to count on Tajay for much right now. I think that it's still Pollard's backfield for a little while still.
Hey, Bill.
I am not Bill. I am really not sold on him, to be honest with you. I don't get it. I think Jeremy McNichols is now going to be involved. I think they could be in the market for a running back. I'm just not sold. I think Pollard getting a 90% snap share, it would be...
For 2 more weeks?
If Bill got a 90% snap share next week, where would he go in your rest of season rankings?
At a Pollard, which he already is.
Well, but like, if he got that high of a workload, we'd all be flipping shit on this. And Pollard gets that workload already. So that's why
he needs that workload because he's shit on a shit team.
His team's going to be not playing the Broncos on the road every single week. That's my thing with Pollard.
I don't mind Pollard. He's RB23 for me rest of the season. I just think you're not high enough on Bill.
Yeah, sorry, I got to log out and log back in really quick because the session expired.
You're Gucci.
But yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. On Bill, I like the excitement of the whole situation, but I can't do it over a guy who's got that big of a workload, in my opinion. It's just too hard to do for me.
I'm Bill pilled.
I get it. Let me share my screen back again.
I mean, I understand. Like, maybe it's part of it is the nostalgia from missing out on Bucky or the confirmation, but whatever the fucking word for it is. I'm not a fucking English major. Whatever it is for missing out on Bucky, you see an elusive running back attached to a good offense that now has an RB1 opportunity. It's like he didn't have the greatest prospect profile, but that partially wasn't his fault as well, because the NCAA didn't let him play his final year.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be a 3-way timeshare. I'm just not convinced that he's much better than I think McNichols going to be the receiving back, and I think Chris Rodriguez is going to split carries with him. Like, I really don't think he's going to be a huge backfield winner.
I don't see Rodriguez being relevant at all.
I'm not saying it'll be relevant. I think he'll take away 10-20% of the snaps. So I'm not saying he'll be a major part of this backfield.
I think he's got to focus on getting active for game day before he considers taking snaps.
Hey, your boy Jade Blue, you were hyping him up earlier.
I'm fucking trolling. I'm trolling. Yeah, I like JCM.
I get it. Okay, we got to speed through here because we're still not even on the questions that were submitted today.
Oh God,
Travis Etienne, Amari, and Hampton. We're gonna go. I have Etienne higher this week. I'm assuming you have Hampton higher.
I have both of them in my same tier.
I got a 50-point over/under game with the Bengals and Jags. That's my counter argument. I would say
this is the difference between RB12 and RB 17 for me this week.
Yeah, RB 13 for me with ETN, RB 17 for me with Hampton. So I guess we lean Hampton based on tiebreaker.
Christian, did you not see my response? Like, respectfully, when I have 2 wide receivers in the same tier, I could care less. In all honesty, they were in the exact same tier for me. If you prefer Sutton, go fucking put Sutton in your lineup. Does not phase me.
ETN, McMillan, or Smitty here for you.
ETN,
I'd go
McMillan,
ETN here.
ETN. I think you
so you get both of them in your lineup anyways. Doesn't really matter.
Dylan commented on my video, right? And he's like, wait, I thought when you answered the comments, you had you have Hampton over ETN, but then Corey said ETN over Hampton. It's like, yeah, we have different opinions. Like, I don't know what to say.
That's fair. Quarterback, you going Dak versus the Giants, you going Drake May versus the Dolphins here?
Doc.
I would start Drake May.
I just have Doc very high this week.
Danny's got him QB4.
Their quarterback 7 and 8 for me. I have Dak at 7, May at 8.
I have them 15 and 16. The duality of man.
Dude, 15 and 16 is kind of crazy.
Danny's guys, I'm sorry, Danny. You're getting to a point now where if anybody asks you about Nico or Drake May or Jack Prescott or
come on, what are we talking about?
Soon be disregarded. In some regard,
you're acting like there's a huge difference between quarterback 8 and 16 in the landscape right now.
But it is just it's comical how you'll never. I've noticed lately, it's like you'll never put one of your guys lower than me ever. Doesn't matter what's happening. You'll be like, I gotta have this guy higher than everyone.
I mean, the reason why is because I'm clearly higher on him than other people are. Also, you might need to go back to English. Speaking of that, by the way, I may not be a major, but I do know how to spell.
They haven't teach Dylan how to speak English yet. 11th grade English class or whatever.
But like the thing is, it's like he used the wrong 2. He spelt biased wrong. Like there's multiple issues.
All right, so Dak is the answer for us here.
They're back to back. Who do you have higher?
I have May higher.
The 1 spot discrepancy.
1 spot discrepancy.
So, like, do we base it on the fact that Dak's the highest overall of any singular ranking? Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Let's go with that. Zach Charbonnet, Stephon Diggs, Coleman, I guess, would maybe be in. And Diggs. Yeah, I would probably go with Diggs here. I think
I'm going Coleman over Diggs.
You're going Coleman over Diggs, even with Shadow against Sauce?
I'm going Coleman over Diggs in this scenario based off the implied total of the Bills and the fact that Stephon Diggs played sub 50% of the snaps in week 1.
I get that. I think the use
they're close.
Will be better this week. Coleman, the worst. If I could draw up a cornerback in the NFL that is the worst possible matchup for Keon Coleman, it would probably be either Patrick Surtain or Sauce Gardner, just because they're big and physical and can match him that way.
Sure, I will say though, Sauce is a one side of the field corner, and you could have
they deployed him in shadow against Metcalf, and they're going to do it again. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, how did it work out for him against Metcalf?
He had 1 catch on Sauce, and it was the juggling one at the end of the game.
So basically, we're pointing to the fact that a 4 for your 83 day. What happened on those other 3 catches then?
He was in the slot.
He was who was he shadowing?
Arthur Smith kind of cooked low key. He moved Metcalf around the formation.
But I'm saying, like you said, he was shadowing Metcalf, so like it was only partial.
Well, shadowing only usually means about 70 to 80% of the snaps. It never means 100%. So
he basically just fried whenever he didn't.
Yeah, whenever he was in the slot or off of Sauce, they got him the ball, which is kind of Artie Smith cooking. But so also that being said, are we going Diggs? Are we going Charbonnet? Are we going Coleman here?
I have Coleman higher, but it's 37 versus 42. I'll let you make the shout if you have a higher.
Let me see what the discrepancy is for me. I have it 41 and 47. I don't have either of these guys very high, but I do have Diggs higher.
Yep, fair enough. We will do Diggs. Also, Dylan, I love how you're still young enough to think that a qualifier for spelling would be you stay in college longer than I did. I stayed for 3 years and dropped out on my own off of a full scholarship. So
cook.
What are we talking about here? What's the qualification?
Let's stay on track here. Don't let the 16-year-old get you down, Daddy.
The 16-year-old rage baiting.
Yeah. 10-team PPR, need to drop 1 for Judkins. Please help. Okay. Well, you did not send a team here, sir. So we need Tan's 11 if you want to fire him a voucher for a trade question, I guess. I don't know.
I have a master's and still can't spell. Hey, Dylan. I'm perfectly fine saving thousands a month doing that. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's cooking him. Anyways, okay, let's stop giving him attention in the chat right now. Need to drop one for Judkins. Yeah, again, I don't know who you have there, Tans. Danny, can you stop being rage
does he
baited
need
and send him a voucher?
I was just gonna ask. He needs a voucher. Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
send him a trade. Send him a trade voucher because super message vouchers don't exist.
Sounds good. Was it Tans 11?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him on the back end. He must not be a code user.
Okay, yeah, Tans. I mean, definitely make it a priority to go pick up Judkins, but I have no idea who you can drop for Judkins. If you have any kind of like low ceiling wide receivers and running backs, like a Jerome Ford or Wandale or Christian Kirk or something, then that's who you'd probably be dropping for Judkins there. Yeah. Trevion Henderson or J.K. Dobbins, I'm going Hendo there. And then at wide receiver or at the flex, I'm going Hunter over Dobbins. That one's pretty straightforward. We need to keep going, so we'll just keep firing through.
Dylan, if you couldn't tell, they're disagreeing with you because I said your level of education does not matter for spelling.
Danny, stop addressing it in the chat. We got to keep going. Flex decisions here. Trevion Henderson, Jalen Warren, Pollard, Keenan Allen, Hunter. This is a deep roster, man. Holy shit.
Henderson's in.
I think I want to put Sam Laporta in one of these flexes as well.
Henderson, Hunter, Laporta? Sign me up.
Yeah, let's go Henderson, Hunter, and Laporta here.
That's like our guys.
Yeah, I mean, the next closest guy behind those guys would be Pollard, probably.
Oh, Dunze for me.
Yeah, I guess I missed him. So, yeah, that would be pretty close. There's nothing really else I would change there, I think. Oh, Javonte Williams is in his starting lineup. Hold on. I would put Henderson in your RB2 spot instead of Javonte Williams. Let me take him out here.
Wait, Javonte's in? Oh, yeah, I would play.
Yeah, let's put Dunze. Where is Rome here? Put Rome in here. And then let's go Henderson over Javonte. There we go. We got it figured out. Colin Sicca here. This is kind of similar to the trade that he sent, except it's just elements of it.
This is just buttoned down. Give me Lamb and Taylor.
Yeah, I think I need to update where I have BTJ ranked. I think I need to move him down a little bit.
So I actually have him higher than you. The thing for me, though, is this is moving up from my 8th overall to 2nd overall player, and you're still staying in the 2nd round with your other asset.
Yeah, like I think by the time I make my adjustments, I'll probably move some running backs ahead of BTJ. It'll probably be like my 6th overall player and my 17th or 18th overall player. So it's pretty similar in terms of...
And that's because Hunter out-targeted him, right?
And just what I saw from Hunter, I'm like, he's going to probably be a factor this season, and BTJ may have a lower ceiling than I'm thinking.
I know this doesn't apply to you, but for all the people out there, it's like, how odd. The primary offensive player that's been touted all offseason played primarily on offense.
Yeah, exactly. Hunter over Mooney pretty comfortably there. That's a pretty straightforward question from Chicago Fury, which sounds like the name of an MLS team.
10-team start 8 PPR. Pollard or Pearsall in the flex. This is a tough one. I mean, Pollard, you get the guaranteed touches. Pearsall, again, if Purdy was playing, it would have been an easy Pearsall for me. With Mac Jones, again, you got a little bit more worry about the offensive projection. This is tough. This is like wide receiver
to me, I think. Full PPR, Pollard doesn't get a lot of targets.
It's like wide receiver 32 versus RB 23 for me this week.
Yeah, like in PPR, you got to imagine Pearsall, even with a 5 for 60 day, has that's a median or higher end game for Pollard. You know what I mean? I
would argue 11 PPR points is about exactly the expectation for Pollard.
Right, but he probably needs to score to get 11 PPR points in this game against the Rams.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, dude, he's not going to be very efficient on the ground, I don't think. He's probably got to find the end zone to get 11 points this game.
Well, he's probably going to get, 19 carries and 4 or 5 targets?
I don't think he'll get that much receiving work, man.
Who's going to play the receiving role of the backfield? There's no Spears.
I think Chestnut was running routes, wasn't he, last week?
Let me check what the actual usage was.
It was 90% Pollard, so you're definitely right. He will get most of the routes for the backfield. He doesn't get a lot of targets compared to Pearsall, who I think could have a 10+ target game.
What's with the Danny hate?
He invites it.
I do. Don't want some attention. That's fine. He knows we're all trolling.
Let me look at the Pollard backfield here. Yeah, Chestnut ran a little bit of routes, but not much. Yeah, 59% of the routes, but he only had one target last week. Pollard is not a high target running back typically, at least since he's been on Tennessee.
93% long down and distance as well.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's got the usage for it. I just mean Pearsall's probably going to have the opportunity. I said 5 for 60. That's a weak game from Pearsall. You know what I mean? Even with Mac Jones starting, he might have fucking 10+ targets in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, close call. Probably lean Pearsall, like you said, in the PPR, but they're like the same tier flex asset, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep firing here. Need help filling out this lineup. What should I do? It is standard. So keep that in mind. Standard league. Samson versus Pacheco. In a standard league, you got to go Pacheco,
Yeah.
I think, for sure. Wide receiver, Odunze versus JMO.
A Dunze 20 for me. So
I mean, I have JMO higher, and in standard, I also think he has a little bit more appeal than Odunze would.
I mean, it's close.
I mean,
you're looking at
there might be a moot point because if both of them, they're both getting in, right?
Well, in a standard, I think they both get in it unless you had like a raw carry running back. But in a standard, like you want to play running backs in the flexes.
Yeah, if Judkins was out, I would say, okay, yeah, you play Samson even in a standard. But Judkins will take away some carries, and Ford will probably get a couple as well. So yeah, I think that Samson's getting over under 9.5 carries in this game.
Samson, higher.
Really, I think he'd probably get lower than that with Judkins playing.
You think so? Yeah, I mean, Judkins can play 10 to 15 snaps. It got reported.
Right, but I think on those 10 to 15 snaps, he's probably carrying the ball on most of them.
Well, I think part of it though is like in the early drives of the game
script. How much of the Browns going to run? Period.
Sure. The early game or the early portion of the game going up against also respectfully, Dylan, we're putting you on timeout for a little bit. It's a little too much. You're allowed to chill and have fun, but like there's a point in time where you're just being a hindrance. In all seriousness, though, what was I on? Sorry,
you were saying the Browns backfield. Just so you know, the Browns backfield total. This
is what I was gonna say. Ford actually got early carries in the game. When I saw the chart from Hayden Winks as the game went along. We saw Samson. No, I know. I'm saying early in the game as the game went along, we actually saw Samson almost like completely take over.
I don't know. I see 21 carries in a close game versus the Bengals last week, and the Ravens probably blow them out. So I would say that's over under 15 to 18 running back carries total in this game. That's why I'm like, if Judkin's going to get 6 or 7 of those, or Ford's going to get 2 or 3 as well. Raheem Sanders even got 3 carries last week. I just don't think that Samson's going to get that many carries unless the game stays close.
I genuinely see, like, again, first of all, he led the league in weighted opportunities last week.
Yeah, but that was weighted opportunities is like heavily influenced by targets.
But that's also with the fact that Ford started the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
I honestly see a scenario where Dylan Sampson touches the ball 20 to 22 times.
I would love to see Judkins look great, though, to be honest. When he does get the ball, I just would love to see him breaking tackles and looking like a monster.
Also, like, this is just going to be the Ohio State backfield all over again. Fucking Sampson playing the Henderson role, Judkins in the Judkins role, and we're going to see them, like, really complement each other. Well, honestly, like, it sucks that they both are going to eat into each other on that, shitty offense. Like, let's be straight.
I don't think they're going to once Judkins is back fully. I think Sampson's going to be a pass catching 20% of the snap.
Frankly, I frankly disagree. You're not seeing a guy who was literally the best player on the offense get relegated to no role.
No, I'm saying no role. I'm saying he'll be a long down and distance guy.
Yeah, which again, we'll end up seeing what's happening. They were both top 6 running backs for me in the class, but it is crazy how much their skill sets complement each other.
It would be funny if Judkins cooked this week and he was on Nathan's bench. It would be really, really funny. I'm not gonna lie. Let's say Judkins has like 10 for 170 and 2 tugs or something. Like, how fucking funny would that be if he was on Nathan's bench?
We're going Hampton here for me.
Yeah, that's Hampton, and then Hubbard in the other spot there. Wide receiver wise, you go Neighbors and London.
Tight end, you're going with
Hawkinson, and then the flex is Ikuka. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy question there from MVP.
Shout out Mitch.
Another one here. Bo Nix versus Kyler Murray. I do have Murray higher this week.
I got Kyler higher. I will say, though, we didn't really see the volume we wanted to see in week 1. 163 passing yards from the Cardinals. On top of that, the Panthers are a very much run funnel defense. JC Horn on the outside could give Marvin Harrison some troubles. I can see Kyler Murray, like whoever drafted him, the person kind of panicking, giving the potential game script we could have. Again, I just think given the game environment, the 25 implied total, by virtue of the matchup, by virtue of the matchup implications, you have to go with Murray. But I can totally see Benson and Connor taking all the touches here.
Classic Danny thinking we're going to edit that out.
I can't speak. Fuck. Sometimes I try to get it out and then I just leave it in.
Yeah, no, for sure. James Cook, Chase Brown, very easy. James Cook and Chase Brown. Wide receiver, Igbuka, London's definitely in there. And then flex decision between DJ Moore and Igbuka. I'm definitely rolling with Igbuka. So couple easy questions in a row.
A yak merchant.
Yak or Yap?
I'm making a joke. A yak merchant, DJ Moore.
Oh yeah, Fields versus May. I'm going Fields there.
I have May higher.
What
against Miami?
I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong. I just think Fields is such a great play this week.
I'm not bought in yet, dude. I need to see this
Jets but in the game environment. I am.
I could totally see it crashing and burning for the Jets.
Yeah, like 2 picks, 2 fumbles kind of thing.
That's my issue, and I don't have that with May because May might put up 30 at halftime against the Dolphins.
Yeah. What if Ed Oliver? Well, Ed Oliver's out for this game too. That'll make it a little bit easier on the Jets offense.
Yeah, especially from a running perspective.
Yeah. Henderson, Pickens, Pearsall. Who'd you roll? I'm assuming it's between Henderson and Pickens.
It's really close between them. Henderson, though. Also, Christian, don't do that, man.
Yeah, don't be saying that. I'm not even putting that on the screen. So who did you say? Sorry, Pickens or Henderson?
I got Henderson higher. I think the upside of the workload uplift. Like he had 11.1 points with 35% of the snaps. Like just he did. Let him mature.
Also, like you might hate me for this, but I just as gross as it sounds, I plugged my nose and ranked Pearsall ahead of Pickens as well because I just think he's going to get there on pure volume. It's not like I think it'll be overly great because Mac Jones is starting, but I just think on pure volume he can get there on PPR points.
What's the one coverage you don't want to play against George Pickens?
Single man.
Yeah, specifically in terms of like cloud concept, cover 1, cover 2, cover 3.
Like cover 3, probably.
Cover 1, and they ran that at
whatever he can get deep on.
They ran that at the 6th highest rate in week 1, by the way.
Giants.
I think this. Like, I genuinely think the Cowboys are going to throw for like 350 yards today.
Yeah. Okay. Devontae Smith, Odunze, Isaiah Pacheco. I assume I'm going Smith. You're going Odunze. I would imagine here.
Odunze at 20, Smith at 27 for me. Where do you have them ranked respectively? Probably like 22 and 30.
23 and 30.
So tiebreaker, 7 spots each. Odunze highest overall between us.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. He is down in his matchup because I guess not down in his matchup. Jaden was fine, I suppose, but
yeah, I mean Jaden had 20 points. I think like
for what it's worth, I actually would start Smith over Hunter in this situation. I
have Hunter higher than both.
Okay, well, yeah, I have Smith higher than both of them. Like Smith is my number 1 of this group. That's why I'm saying if Hunter's your number 1 of this group and Smith is my number 1 of this group, we should probably put Hunter and Smith, but it doesn't really matter.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. Like I'm not going to fight on it. They're all same tier pretty much. I mean, Hunter, I have a tier head, but
yeah, for sure.
Dylan, you're good. Like I'm cool with the rage baiting. It's just sometimes
platform.
But like, you know, he apologized. You're good. It's just like there's acceptable levels of bait.
Yeah, we got it. Dylan's still young. We get to put him on timeouts, and it means something.
I feel like a teacher right now.
Yeah, Tedero, McMillan, Travis Hunter getting sent to the principal's office every time he says something in this chat.
I was that kid. Don't worry.
T-Mac for sure, and then tight end wise, you going Warren over Njoku. Those are pretty straightforward questions. Let's keep going here. Blake Sampson.
I almost tried to rage bait you and say, I actually have Travis Hunter ranked ahead of 10. No, I'm not going to rage bait you. I have T-Mac higher.
Javonte or Trevion Henderson at RB2 or start Henderson over Flowers in the flex. Okay, so definitely going with Trevion over Javonte personally.
Yeah, all day.
I don't actually see Trevion on your team for whatever reason, but I would put him in there.
Yeah, he doesn't show up on your team, but with that being said, in a full PPR start 7, I think I would go with Flowers and Henderson out of that 4.
Yeah, I would as well. And there's not really anything else you can do in your other spots because they're all
maybe he traded Pacheco for Henderson and it didn't update.
Yeah, maybe. Fetter Cheddar here. We got traded AK, Bill, Adams, and Waddle for Achane, T-Mac, and Judy.
Joseph, you underestimate me. When I'm actually like physically doing it, I fucking speed.
Yeah, to be fair, when either of us is alone, we'd probably go way faster. Yeah. It's just both of us being on here. We want to each get our opinion out there, so it takes twice as long. Yeah. Okay, so Achane, T-Mac, Judy for AK, Bill, Adams, and Waddle. I like the Achane side there, I think. So like Achane equal AK and Waddle probably, give or take. Probably and then more JCM and that. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I probably need Bill, Waddle, and AK for him.
Give me the H-hand side. Joseph, don't worry. I know you're trolling.
But yeah, HN is going to be in your lineup for sure. And then ETN would be my number 2
Henderson's
here.
going in the flex. I'm not sitting him this
Probably,
week.
yeah. Wilson's going to be in here. McMillan's going to be in there. Tight end, you're going to go McBride, obviously, and there's 3 flexes. So Henderson's one of them. Hunter's another one of them. And then it's between, Judy and Cup, probably.
You got to go Judy here.
Yeah, you got to go Judy for sure.
Judy against the Ravens, bro. Like, that's fucking dinner on his plate.
Yeah, that's a nice matchup in game script for him.
Well, you saw what he did against the Ravens last year, right?
Yeah, he did cook against the Ravens last year. Does he play the Broncos again this season? Because he had 300 yards against them last time.
It's a revenge game. We should have saw it coming.
Yeah. Olamide Zacchaeus, Alec Pierce, Mims, Michael Wilson, Hunter Renfrow, and Calvin Austin. Yikes, dude. Okay, this is
can I answer with none? No, I'm kidding.
One part about Dynasty though is that you do have to get a little scuzzy with some of your decisions when you have bye weeks and stuff.
Am I crazy to say I feel
this is Calvin Austin, right?
I was just gonna say I think it's Calvin Austin.
Yeah, gotta be Calvin Austin. I think
I was literally in the middle of saying, am I crazy to say that I feel the best about Calvin Austin here?
I mean, you could maybe talk me into Mims or Pierce, just hope for the big play or something like that. But I think Calvin Austin's target volume is probably the best.
Yeah, I would agree. Go Calvin Austin. I will say the matchup is very tough. Bad game environment too with the low over under, but apparently that didn't matter last week.
Yeah, facts. Literally, the Jets and Steelers just absolutely lit up a barn burner for no reason. Dak or Caleb Williams? I have Caleb higher of these two.
I just think this is the Dak get right spot. I have Caleb aggressively ranked as it is. Don't get me wrong. So I won't say anything negative on him. But Dak against the Giants after a week where the Cowboys passing offense left meat on the bone against the Eagles. I'm telling you right now, it's a 350 and 3 touchdown day.
Yeah, it definitely could be. T-Mac at wide receiver, I'm assuming, over Metcalf, Odunze, and Igbuka for us. And then the flex spot would be decided between these guys. I have Igbuka the highest and Metcalf closely behind him, and then Rome's
Metcalf over Odunze?
Huh? I do, yeah.
We got to flip that.
Revenge game, brother. Revenge game.
And the lowest over-under of the week.
I had Metcalf's revenge game. I think we just had that discussion with Judy just now. I think that he could have a good game.
One of the only corners in the NFL that can actually match him from an athleticism standpoint.
Maybe. I mean, it's Igbuka still though, right? For both of us.
Yeah. So I have Igbuka over Metcalf. I have Odunze over both, but Igbuka would be the highest on consensus, I would say, because I have Metcalf at 30.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And then Loveland, I mean, ideally, I don't have to start him this week, Olbo. Maybe you don't have any other options, but I would rather start somebody else if you can find one on the wire.
Odunze.
Yeah, Rome versus Tracy would be the decision for me.
Dude,
given the game environment, I'd probably go Rome.
In all honesty, no Andrew Thomas. I'm telling you right now,
it's Thomas out again. I thought he was practicing.
He was doubtful.
Oh, is he doubtful? Okay, yeah, then I definitely probably should move Tracy down a spot or two.
Let me check because that was the last report that I saw. Maybe
I saw him practicing on Thursday. That's why I was like, oh, okay, he's probably gonna be back.
Inactive.
Yeah, okay, yeah, then definitely got to downgrade Tracy. I would put Tracy below Dobbins and Jones and Pacheco and stuff now because I had him ahead of those guys before, thinking Thomas was playing.
Cowboys are about to win this game 38-13.
Probably, yeah, probably. Okay, it'd be really funny if they lost.
If we lose, I'll be in shame
over this all week, and if they lose the game, I will laugh.
So I said against the Eagles, I thought we would lose a close one against the Eagles. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
This week, genuinely, I would be so stunned if we lost because I'm just fully confident in the fact, given what happened last week, given what we left on the bone, the culture that Schottenheimer's setting, the mismatch in terms of the actual personnel this week, man.
Yeah. Also, I don't see that report scribbled. I just saw that he was running third with the.
I saw 10 to 15 snaps.
I just now they reported that in the warm-ups he was. Quinshon Judkins will start at running back for the Browns via Stainbrook NFL, who's a Cleveland Browns reporter.
We'll see what ends up splitting because I do think it's going to.
I'm going to move Sampson down though, based on that report.
A couple spots, but it's going to be a split backfield. You're probably losing raw carries there, but the receiving role is what you were banking on. With that being said, I'm going to move him down a little bit, but
I got to move Judkins up then too.
Yeah. So
if you had both of them, who would you play?
Sampson.
Yeah, I agree.
They're 12-point dogs.
Yeah, they're 12-point dogs. I just moved Judkins up from 46 to 38 though, so I think he's more in play for people.
Yo, Nathan's going to start him against you now. I hope you know that.
You think?
Yeah.
God, I hope he does. Also, Xavier Worthy apparently supposed to play next week.
You'd love to see it.
That just came out. How the fuck is he back, dude? How the hell is he back?
You playing Nick Chubb or Judkins this week?
Spicy, are you back so that we can make it?
Nick Chubb or Judkins?
This week? I'd probably play Chubb still.
I think you play him over Ramondre there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Also put
if you're back, Spicy, we can make this. But if you're not back, I'll wait about 10, 15 minutes because we're almost done our questions here. Let's get through these, Danny, so we can share our underdog picks. Yep. Quarterback wise, you're going Nix or McCarthy. Who do you have higher this week?
I have Bo Nix higher.
Okay, Bo. Then flexes, we got Smitty, Igbuka, and then it would be between Odunze and Marquise, which I'm assuming we're going Odunze there by a lot, probably for you, but not as much for me. And then Chan, we got yours all set up. High steppers, running backs. We have Henderson's my highest ranked of that group.
Walker.
Then Walker. And then the rest of this looks good.
Click on it just in case. Flex, maybe there's something here, but yeah, no, it doesn't look like
it's just Tracy. That would be the next closest.
I will say though, impressed though. We actually got through this relatively decently.
Yeah, whole milk is king. Shout out some farmer in the chat. I don't know how you're using this technology. 0-1. Need this team to cook for me today, boys. Okay, quarterback wise, you're going Drake over Penix. Flex decision.
So we got Waddle, Golden, Ridley.
I go Ridley.
Not going to running back. I mean, question. I think you go Ridley, but I mean, Fannin is actually probably the second option here for me.
Given that he said he's down and he kind of needs a big week, I would go Waddle over Fannin probably.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ridley. Okay.
No.
Yeah. The vibes of Miami just fucking.
He has a nice lead by the looks of it though, because he started Kraft on Thursday, so you're probably in decent shape.
That's what
okay, we got Spicy in the back seat that we can rip a thing in 1 second. We just got 2 more questions. No, you can't? What are you saying, Spicy? Sarah, let me bring you into the stage.
It won't let me screen share on phone.
Yeah, that's chill.
We can just relay them to you, maybe. Just like
when that's fine. I mean, I'm ready.
Just let us know what the higher or lower number is.
Okay, let me know when you're ready for that. I'll be right here.
Okay, sounds we'll be like 5 minutes here. We'll just answer a couple more questions.
Yeah, if that, to be honest.
Okay, flex decision. Ridley, Judkins, I guess maybe, and Tracy, but it's still Ridley for me.
Yeah, I would go Ridley as well. It's funny. That's a very similar question to the one right before.
Yeah, key to success here. We might have more questions when I refresh, so let me just check. Oof. I mean, Spears is on IR, so it's Caleb versus Giddens here.
Do you have anybody else available?
I guess I'm probably just going Caleb with the hope that he might
go to my team. Like, go to the top. It's a trade question, right?
That's it.
Shit. Like,
I would just.
I think you got to go Caleb, but like,
I mean, JT's not opposed to leaving games early. I wouldn't mind just taking the shot that he leaves the game early and taking Giddens, because I think that's your only chance of getting points.
Yeah, I don't mind that actually. Go DJ Giddens. Actually.
Also, Broncos could win that game. Maybe Giddens get some targets in a catch-up scenario.
Pick up literally anybody on the waiver wire to start this week.
Yeah, that's a bad
Wait,
spot.
Who's at flex? That's all Samson at flex. Who else is available at wide receiver? We put Samson
right. Shit. Yes. Here, let me go back. I went on to the next one here. Let me just go check at the back end of things. I'll let you answer.
You missed my quarterback question. May or Prescott with my Lamb stack. So I have them back to back. I actually have Prescott 1 spot higher. Corey has May 1 spot higher. But with the stack equity with Lamb especially, I think you got to go Dak.
Didn't we put Dak in as the answer?
We did. He probably just didn't see it. That's fine though. I saw him in chat, so I thought I'd bring it out.
Yeah, definitely go with Dak there. Then, given the stack equity, BTJ and Collins are going to be your receivers here, and then tight end wise, you're going to go. I hope you started Kraft. I really hope you started Kraft.
I hope you went Kraft. If you
let's say you didn't, because he's asking us this 1 minute ago, so he must not have started Kraft.
You go Fannin if that's the case.
Yeah, if that's the case, you go Fannin, and then at flex it'd be between Igbuka, Pickens, and Odunze. I have Igbuka the highest.
Odunze, Igbuka, Pickens, I think is my order. They might actually be 20 through 22 for me. They are indeed 20 through 22 for me, back to back to back. So I'm assuming Rome's not going to make it because you probably have him way lower, and I'm assuming you have Igbuka the highest, and because he's only 2 spots or 1 spot behind Rome, he's probably going to be our answer combined.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I can't find anything on Key to Success question that says that Samson can't be started. But Key to Success, if you're listening to this, put Samson in your RB spot and like honestly pick up a waiver wire wide receiver. Like, is there someone, is Hunter Renfro or somebody available in your league? Just throw him in your flex instead of starting Giddens in your RB2 spot. Anything, like literally anything is.
Yeah. And if there's nobody you can drop, then just roll with the lineup that we sent you.
Just sent a super message, Arthur said.
Appreciate you, Arthur.
Let me just quickly refresh here so that we can see this. Okay. This was, sorry, I answered this already, but let me just fill it out again. Whoops. Oh, there we go. All right. Jags, Cincinnati over 49, Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas over 46.5, Cowboys minus 5.5.
He sent this parlay.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
I like it. I like it.
A little parlay in here. That's a good one. I like the first and the third, but I'm a little worried that Chargers Vegas game, 10 p.m. kickoff, kind of weird Monday night game. I wouldn't expect a ton of points in that one. That wouldn't be the one that I think fucks you if one does.
I would agree as well, but I'm believing in you, brother. Let's see that bank.
Okay, so let's get our picks in. Okay, in the chat, we're gonna build out a 3-leg touchdown pick'em entry of like long shot guys. Like who's gonna score a touchdown today that's not like CeeDee Lamb? Like who's going to score a touchdown today? Like if we look at some of the higher scoring game environments on the slate, we can see that like the Bengals and Jaguars game is supposed to have a lot of touchdowns. The Giants and Cowboys, specifically on the Cowboys side of things, will probably have a lot of scoring. The Bears and Lions expected to have a lot of scoring. Let's try and keep it in the Sunday main slate window. Bills and Jets, probably a good game environment to pick touchdowns in as well. Danny, you got one, and then we'll take one from the chat. Let's do one each and then one from the chat, whoever we like the most here. Personally, I like the shot that Mark Andrews gets right here. When I looked at it, he was like 2-1
long shots. Oh, is it
2-1?
Wow.
I can go longer than that. I'll go longer than that.
Let's go long. Like we're talking long. I don't know why I said it like that. Wait, did you see that? The pick'em projection for ETN's rushing yards went up to 1,199.5.
Oh, that's crazy.
Maybe this is only showing on my end. Did you see this?
Yeah, that's a crazy pick'em now for his rushing yards. I would be kind of hammering the lower on that if I'm being honest. As much as I believe in ETN, that just seems unlikely.
So I just noticed it on my app. I'm like, holy. But here, I share my screen. Let's take a look at the touchdown projections. Is there any way I can sort from here on the PC app about just strictly touchdown?
No, we're just gonna have to come up with them. I have because we can see them on DK's end, but we can just double check with Spicy in terms of what they are on Underdog here.
Yeah.
I got one. I got a good one here.
Yep.
Brenton Strange is 3.5 to 1 in the highest scoring game environment of the week.
Yeah, I think I love that. It's funny because I also saw it in chat. I'm not sure if that's what reminded you of it, but
yeah, Spicy. Yeah. If you're still in here, are you still in here? Can you give us a holler if you are? What is Brenton Strange on Underdog for his high? Does he have a touchdown?
Can you hear me when I'm in the Underdog app?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. For receiving only, or
what should probably is a rushing plus receiving.
Oh yeah,
that's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's on the anytime touchdown for him is 1.82x.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we don't roll with that one then.
Yeah, no.
Chat, give us some more answers here. People are saying Fannin in the chat. What is Fannin's?
Fannin, let's see.
I got a gross one.
2.22x.
Yeah, let's go with Fannin. Let's do Fannin for one of them.
All right. We got Fannin.
And then Arthur said Booty in the chat too. I'm curious what his would be.
Hear me out. Rams corners
1.9x.
That's not as good.
Rams corners played extremely well last week. We actually saw some decent volume for Schultz on like 50% of the snaps. What's Chicago at?
Okay. I'm starting him in the listener
2.37x.
Let's roll with Chig.
Give me that.
Okay.
I got a good feeling. Here, I'll do this now.
Okay. Now I want to do a crazy Arthur Smith one.
Oh my God, you're gonna do Michael Pruitt.
What is Kenneth Gainwell's?
Oh hell.
Gainwell.
No.
Oh my God, his is only 1.3x.
Okay, yeah, no shot. No shot doing that. What about Johnny or Freiermuth?
Johnny Smith? Johnny.
It's definitely like 1.2.
2.11.
Ooh,
not bad. It's not as much as
who was the other one?
Want.
Pat Freiermuth?
Yeah, I don't want that one either. What is
2.2,
go to
okay.
the Saints and 49ers game. What is Jawan Johnson's?
Jake Tongus.
One.
Or Shaheed and Olave too, to be honest. I'm curious what theirs are.
I'll just go to the game itself.
Yeah.
What about
Alright.
Jake Tongus? He doesn't even have one, does he?
Anytime
Plus receiving
touchdown.
touchdowns.
Let's see. Jawan Johnson. Raheem Shaheed is 1.7. Jawan Johnson's 2.1.
Oh, let's do Jawan, dude. 2.1. That's nice.
I like that. Dude, Hunter
Uh,
Henry's 1.74.
Yeah.
Jake, I don't see. Oh, Jake Tongus is 3.47.
That seems like a trap.
Yeah, that's a trap.
That's
But,
easy.
like,
And it says there's 140 people tailing that.
Yeah, no way, dude. That's a trap. Yeah, let's go Jawan. Let's go Jawan. So we got Fannin, Shig, and Jawan.
Wait.
Little three.
wait. Fannon's touchdown projection is close to Njoku's.
Really?
Yeah. Njoku I have here at 2.05.
Well, yeah, they're implied for like 16 points. That's probably why.
It's probably why. I mean, like, if we're going to go with a Brown side end, I think it's more likely Njoku scores now. Like in the red
Not
zone.
with the volume that if we could pick Njoku instead. I just like Fannin
here,
probably score.
I'll let you make the decider, but I'm just thinking like when they're in, if they actually got to the red zone, like Njoku would be more likely to score. But like that's my thought on it. I'll let you guys fucking pick because I couldn't be.
Let's go with Chig, Fannin, and Jawan, and then if you can send me that via.
So I'll send you a
DM
second
or
one.
whatever.
You said Fannin, right?
So
Yeah,
I'll send you a second one.
I'm
and then-
adding the Hurts one.
So I'll send you a second one as well, and then if fat chat. What? I was thinking of Fannin, and then I was thinking of Fannin and chat at the same
This
time.
fat ass chat that we have.
So what was it?
Oh shit! Are we
well,
flexing it or not? Because
well,
I
that's
just
what I'm saying.
straight.
I did not
Don't
flex
make
it.
yet. Do not make
Yeah.
it. Oh,
I already made it.
I was gonna
Yeah.
make another. Corey
So
got two
then
picks, I
make
got
another
one.
one.
I know Corey got 2 picks. I got 1. I was gonna add one, and then I was gonna say pick one from chat, and then we'll make it a flex. Nobody listened to me. Though.
I can
That's why
cancel the
said,
entry
wait.
right now.
I mean, I would prefer that because I was
the chat's pick was Fannin. Everyone was saying Fannin in the chat.
Fannon's was chat. Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. I thought
Everyone
we
was
just got.
I have a
Fannin.
minute and 30 seconds. Are we good with this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Lock
Okay.
it in.
Okay.
And then send a screenshot.
I didn't
earlier.
flex it, by the way.
Yeah, don't flex
Wait.
it. It's
Okay, good.
Fannin, Jawan Johnson, Chigakonkwo for anybody who's looking to tail it. Yeah, Loveland also needs to run more than 3 routes for me to pick him.
3x.
But anyways, let's get this last question in and then we'll
Spicy.
showcase ours.
Look at the odds on it.
Spicy.
Did you DM it to me?
Yeah, I DM'd it to y'all.
Yeah,
You might have to
okay.
make me a quick one with Loveland at 3x on it.
3x on
Danny,
Loveland.
that's
is crazy.
you're picking with your emotions.
That's a
again,
homer
dude.
league. That's a homer pick, man.
Do not pick that
3x?
homer ass pick.
3x.
Yeah,
You're saying
that high.
He did nothing in his game.
you're saying you guys are making the analysis based solely off of his week 1 usage, as if in week 2 he can't just simply play more.
It's Danny. This is what 1 week difference.
Cor-
It's not
cor-
like it's like 10 weeks later.
Correct, but if he does get the usage and he scores this
Okay.
week, that's going to be at 1.6.
You want
next
Loveland, Njoku, and who else?
week. Loveland and Joku, and
Get the
me-
chat. Give
me
us one
Hunter-
more.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do a Loveland one as well? I thought that was. Just ripping
No,
this.
I don't actually. But you seem to want to do this really bad, so I'll just let you have it.
I was just gonna make one like myself, but if you want to hop in as well, we
Yes,
can.
I got 2 for you. What else do you want?
Put Hunter Henry on that 3-part.
Hunter
We'll
Henry,
make-
got you.
and now I'm curious what it pays flex versus normal.
Okay, let's see. Flex would be 347 to get all 3 right. And then
$10?
only on $10 and only $60 if you get it right, if you get one wrong. And
It's still
then
pretty good. It's a 6x
standard
to
is
get up to
$100 if you get it right. 660.
Let's
Let's
Do
shoot
we
for the
risk it?
3 straight, man. Shoot for the 3 straight. Let's go for the 660.
660, baby. We need a fucking get right for the account.
No, we literally the way.
Yeah, we do.
do.
Why does Spicy? Yeah, so Spicy's making our picks for us is because Underdog is not legal in Ontario, and he's in Texas, and he's able to make them for us.
I don't know if I've heard one non-tight end.
We got to roll with the tight ends, man. Okay, this is
Holy
the
shit, you
entry
did
that we
do 3
have
tight
here.
ends. It's not tight end day.
Yeah, it's tight end day. Okay, here's the entry we're rolling with. Fannin higher than total touchdowns. Chig higher than total touchdowns. And then Jawan Johnson. We also had a gimme pick for the 4 p.m. slate. So if you guys are on Underdog, make sure to double check your pick'em lobby. You might have a gimme pick. And then I guess this one is a 10 for, how much does this pay out?
It doesn't say it. It should say it on the.
Is that 1,200 that pays
Yeah.
out?
122.75x, and we put our free pick on it, so it better hit.
Dude, if this hits, we're gonna make it rain on Monday's live stream if this ends up hitting.
So show the other one quick, and then I'll go through the picks that I made today as well.
I gotta get the picture of it. Hold on.
Okay, so I will do this quick. So the ones that I made on the TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts today that I unleashed. Roma Duzne higher than 9.15 fantasy points. If you guys have been in the stream, you'll know that he's my wide receiver 20, 9 targets, led the team in targets, 25% target share last week.
With his emotions again.
Fourth highest game environment. It's not emotions when you get a 25% target share player at 9.15 points. CD Lamb higher than 0.5 touchdowns. I mean, this is pretty simple. 25 implied points.
That one's not an emotional pick.
That one might be a little bit, but he left a lot on the field last week, and this is just summing up for a big-time regression spot.
Sure.
And then DK Metcalf lower than 68.5 yards, like I said. Seattle, one of the few teams that actually has a stylistic corner that can match up with DK Metcalf. On top of that, Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald. Why did I fucking? I was thinking Mike McDaniel.
You were thinking of?
Yeah. I thought I fucked up. Meant to call him Mike McDaniels and No, Mike McDonald has the plan. He's a structured defense coordinator. We saw what he did at Michigan, Baltimore. Like, if there's one thing I can hedge my hat on with Seattle, is they will be organized defensively. Aiden Durde, by the way, new defensive coordinator, former defensive line coach for the Cowboys.
Danny, I already know you're going 1 for 3, and then the one you get right is the one you actually had rationale for, which is the DK Metcalf one. And the other one, I like Odudze, so he's going higher.
Well, no, the other, I didn't say it was because I like him, obviously, but I said
your first piece of rationale was he's my wide receiver 20 this week.
Right, because he ran 93% of the routes and 25% of the targets.
I'm just rage baiting you.
No, I know. Jahmyr Gibbs, higher than 67.5 yards, averaged 83 rush yards per game last year. Guess what? They're not playing the Packers every single week. He got a higher snap share actually in week 1 than he did last year. So we like Jahmyr Gibbs. Travis Etienne, higher than 73.5 rushing plus receiving. You mentioned the game environment. You take the total yards there with the rushing plus receiving because he has the opportunity to get there in multiple facets, whether it's, the Jaguars are down, they need to funnel him out of the backfield. You're getting those receiving yards, or who knows, maybe the Jaguars offense looks good, gets off to a hot start, and we see him chunk off some big plays. Trevion Henderson, report, he's going to get more workload this week. We're trusting the efficiency, 35% of the snaps. I believe he had 9.1 half PPR points last week. So the fact that it's at 9.75, he could play 60%. We're taking that all day. Against Miami.
There you go. Those are Danny's picks here. We got to get BT Hammer's question. He's basically asking, do I play Hunter or Marquise? And we're going Hunter there. So that's a pretty straightforward one. And then this was the last one that we made. Njoku touchdown. Dude, we need tight end touchdown bonanza today. Njoku, Loveland, Hunter Henry. This is what we're rolling with. We don't have the boosted one like we did with the Jalen Hurts gimme pick there. And then I'll just quickly go over mine. I'm going to drop a TikTok explaining these a little bit.
Take it easy, bro. Appreciate
you. This is for Sunday Night Football. So for anybody that's watching the game tonight or whatever, Michael Penix higher than 10.5 rushing yards. He rushed for 21 last week. He ran the ball 6 times against a blitz-heavy defense, and the Vikings blitz more than any team in the league. Justin Jefferson, because he's Justin Jefferson, goes higher than 14.55 fantasy points. No Addison, Hawkinson, and Thielen weren't a large part of the offense last week. I think he's just going to get peppered. It's also, he's looking for his 500th career reception tonight as well, so I think they're going to make it a point to get him the ball. And Emeka Egbuka beat this defense deep twice last week, so good chance he has a big play. Bijan lower than 64.5 rushing yards. Only had 12 carries to Algiers 10 last week. And the Falcons struggled to run the ball against a tough run defense. I think that'll happen again. And then Aaron Jones, given the game environment, I think it's going to be more of a Jones game than a Mason game in terms of they're not going to be able to run the ball very well against the Falcons. And Mason's kind of the ground back and Aaron Jones more the air back. So I do think 18.5 receiving yards is very doable for him. So if you guys want to tail those will be on Sunday Night Football, and I will drop the TikTok for that. And there we go.
I'm going to say this because it correlates with your pick. Hey, listen to me. Wouldn't it all be fun if we got to watch Sunday Night Football, barn burner game, Vikings, Falcons going toe-to-toe, Drake London, 18 targets, 40 fantasy points. Who says no?
Facts.
I also said that because you had the Bijan lower on the rushing yard, so we're hoping
I did.
back
I
in.
mean, I'm doing the opposite of what Danny does. I have Bijan on my flop list. It would be very easy
Oh,
for me to just
right.
go higher than Bijan fantasy points.
I guess I'm like, hey, yeah, you're with me, Bijan lower, right? You have him in the flock league, so you're probably not hoping.
I'm hoping it's not, but I'm trying to take my emotion
Yeah.
out of it. And I'm like, it's not a good matchup, and he only
It's
had
not.
12 carries last week.
Yeah. No, it's not a good matchup. I agree.
This duo is goated and actually entertaining. Appreciate you. And
that.
Don, hey, I mean, it's not like we're the only duo in the flock group. They all have, opinions.
We disagree the most by far, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I feel like it's funny because when we started making content, I feel like we agreed way more than we did we do now. Sorry.
And part of it is like, obviously, like when you disagree, like we do sometimes, and we have, debates and we have fun, we entertain it all. It's like, it will be polarizing because some people will just be watching and be like, well, can you guys get to the fucking picks? Can you guys get to the fucking questions? Like, people are like that. Like, in all honesty, like, and I understand.
Oh, yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah.
Somebody's in a stream, they want their question. But like a lot of you guys out there too, on the inverse side, they'll be like, well, I actually get the most value of the streams of the fact that they actually have a conversation and engage with us.
Yeah,
like we've seen it both ways.
I really wish we could answer all of your questions, fellas, in the YouTube chat. But like the reality is, the barrier to get our weekly rankings to just get start sits answered for you the entire season long is quite low. If you just have the season pass, it's literally $34. You never have to ask us a start sit question again, and also you get free start sit vouchers when you sign up for the season pass. So again, I would love to get to every one of your questions, but we would literally be talking at lightning speed if we tried to do that.
Well, even that too, Corey. Well, what's the cost of a monthly right now? Like $8?
No, it's $13.30 or whatever.
Sorry, what's it with the code though?
$13.30 with the code.
Okay,
for a monthly flocker, it's $13.30. For a monthly mother flocker, it's $16.10.
Okay, my apologies. Regardless, though, if you think about it like this, that covers you for a month. It gets you all the rankings, so you don't even have to go into the chat if you don't need to. On top of that, like I said, like for example, doing that as opposed to maybe sending 4 start sit questions, it ends up adding up.
Yeah, well, and like I said, if you did a monthly
season pass is by far the best deal.
Yeah, if you did it's 2 months worth of a season pass for a monthly mother flocker for the whole year that you'd be covered for until week 17. So that's why it makes sense to just do that, and that's like there's a reason we devote a lot of time to making sure our rankings are up to date, and because we know there's a lot of people getting their start sits from that as well. But yeah, we should probably sign off here, Danny, because I want to make sure my lineups are all set properly, because you and I are in 15 plus leagues and we don't want to get screwed. We love answering your guys' questions. I'm not trying to get screwed in my own leagues either.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. We got to set our lineups. Last week, we like made it right on the fucking line to the point where I barely got my lineups in. Also, it happened Thursday night, bro. I meant to sub Jaden Reed out for Dylan Sampson in my home league. But you ever get those ones where you're starting wide receivers through the flexes and you shuffle your lineup? So obviously the Thursday night players are in the wide receiver spot. I just like looked at my flexes, saw that it was Roma Dunze and George Pickens and said, oh, I'm fine. Like my lineup set, I guess subconsciously. And then I saw Jaden Reed left the game. I'm like, please tell me I subbed him out for fucking Sampson. I go to check my lineup and fucking Jaden Reed's in there with a donut.
Tough scene.
Not fun.
Never leave your RB2 spot open. I need to really quick before we sign off here. I need to see if Nathan made the change in his lineup. No, he's still got Hunt in there.
Come on, dude. He's got
to put for the meme. You got to put Judkins out there. I think
realistically, on a medium projection standpoint, fucking what is he? Kareem Hunt outscores Judkins 7-3. Like,
yeah, I guess. I mean, like, it is a hedge against my player, so I get kind of why the strategy would be that if Hunt gets the touchdown, it would double fuck me basically.
But like, also he has a chance to show off his 5th round toy.
Yeah, he does have a chance to show off that 5th round pick. His 6th rounder's rotting on his bench right now. So
I just think you see the report. You've drafted him in the 5th, so you're clearly high on him. He has to go in your lineup. If I'm Nathan and I drafted Judkins at the 5-7, there's no chance he's not entering my lineup.
This is back-to-back weeks in which Nathan has started a player straight off of the wire as well. He picked up Bateman and threw him into his lineup last week.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did.
But anyways, the third most points?
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We got to set our lineups, like the stream, all that good stuff. Stay tuned. The TikTok will have the pick'em for Sunday Night Football. If you guys forget what it was, you can check that out. That'll be on the Instagram, the YouTube, and the TikTok page, all linked in the description of this live stream. Good luck this week. Hopefully no big injuries. Hopefully our touchdown bonanza ends up hitting for us. If anybody is tailing us on those, definitely we didn't actually make reference to it check out Underdog. Your first $5 play gets you $50 in bonus funds. And of course, if you tail some of our picks and use the promo code FSE, you'll also get up to $1,000 in bonus cash on your first deposit. And you will also get a gimme pick in your pick'em lobby. It might be the Jalen Hurts one for the afternoon games, or you might have a different one. But definitely check those all out. But with that being said, peace out, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.